I haven't seen the stock market yet, but I'll go through the what is it called? Um, Crypto first, followed by stocks. Yeah. Okay. Where is my crypto? Okay. Yeah. So here first. I'm still expecting a green candle to appear. It may or may not be like today itself, but more likely than not, it we could be seeing it like tomorrow instead. Unfortunately, but the candlestick didn't build upwards lah. However, the in terms of the how the candlestick is perceived, as long as the candlestick body in this case does not close below this level here, if it closes below this level and then there's no tail, then it's a bit risky really. But if let's say for instance the candlestick that appear like this candlestick down here closes below this candlestick down here, which is like that, okay, and let's say it closes below the tail here, right? The thing is that it has to test lower and come back up, okay? That means the end result of this candlestick will still have to look something like that, okay, with a long tail like down here like that. So currently it's still quite healthy for an upside, and I still believe that the candlestick should still go upwards. It may or may not be green today or by tonight, but probably the next one if it doesn't close in green today. Okay, and my reason is because there's a few reasons. But one is that the RSI is oversold right now. Okay, stochastics seems to be churning upwards. Like you can see here that the stochastics is crossing upwards. Okay. Second thing is that the candlestick pattern here is creating some sort of reversal pattern, similar to what we see down here, similar to what we see down here, like this part here. Okay. So currently we are like having this pattern played out on the opposite direction, like this way here. So again, the reference is something like that. Okay. But on reverse lah. So I still believe that the market is still going to go up. It just takes a bit more time, unfortunately, at the moment. I honestly had the idea that it will actually shoot up when I wake up, but apparently it's still a bit more bearish. But nonetheless, it's created a double bottom here, lah. Okay, so the double bottom, if you zoom in, this is how it's looking like right now. This is the impulse. This is the double bottom down here, and then it touched the lowest candlestick down here. Okay, I drew this line quite a while back, but it didn't. It hit the first time round, so I was like expecting it to hit again. I mean, to start going up, which it did, but it's actually testing structure level now again. So your pivot point is down here, right? So this is a resistance, support level, support, resistance here, and then support again. So I do believe that the market will actually go up one more time. Uh, Probably by end of today, because again in terms of trend or how the uh, buying and selling momentum right now is sell momentum. You can see here was bullish, right? So all bullish here, then bearish, but here was oversold like crazy. So because it's oversold down here like crazy, I do believe that market will push back up down here. Okay, so again we have a double bottom down here right now. It tested the lowest candlestick down here. Okay, so we kind of want to wait and see, observe in a few hours time where the market will lead to. But personally, I do expect the market to kind of at the very least reach here first. Okay, and from here there's an impulse sell, right? So there's a very huge sell position down here. So there is a, we call this a sell block lah, right? Okay, so this area here is the reason why there's a very high sell position. So I do believe there'll be a sort of retracement again, whether is it down here or down here, but from here we should see one more upside. Okay, so personally I wouldn't be so worried about it right now yet. Okay, yet. Now we do we may press the panic button or consider pressing the panic button only when it close below this 47 3K range. Now, if it goes up here, it kind of makes sense to what I previously drawn quite a while back, which is the market break and retest structure level. Because you see, I mentioned the sell block when I was looking here at this point here, right? This position here, because there was a massive sell here. There was some sort of consolidation and a massive sell. And if you look left, there is also a structure level here. So I placed this concept, and this is on the EMA. So my rationale for it to at least reach this point here is for just a very standard retracement, because many of you have known that I do double bottom or double top before. Okay. The idea is two things. One is that the market break past the center level. Okay. So if it break past the center level, usually we'll go and complete 80%. So 100% is here. It will go and hit 80% the size. Okay. So same thing, 100% here, 80% here. Okay, so depending on how big this impulse is, so it might do something like that. And in this case, this is the 100%. Okay, this is the W. Okay, the M shape because usually the double bottom will have this M shape in the center, and then it will test the lowest candlestick here, which it did. Again, this is the lowest candlestick. And then it will push up 80%. So if it's 80%, it should be somewhere higher okay. But in any case, the EMA is down here, so this is where we kind of want a KIV. If you put buy positions down here already, it's actually quite okay in my opinion. And also because if you look at the current retracement level for most of the alternate coins, again they have hit a lot of retracement point already. So I mentioned that this is the buy entry for WEX. Okay. Now, a very simple way of finding this buy entry, market retracement. Okay, so you can see that the retracement actually hit the max retracement level. So okay, let me just adjust this a little bit. Okay, so you can see structure level. The nice thing is this is that structure level is down here, right? So this is a structure level, previous resistance, and this is now support. Okay, so a lot of market for alternate coins actually tested this. Now this is WEX. Now if we look at AVA X, right? See, this is structure level here. Okay, now this is the run up, the impulse. So I do a Fibonacci retracement, same thing. I do need to zoom in to actually align this. Okay, look at this. Market tested slightly lower. Okay, hit structure levels down here, but it closed on 0.618. So for those of you who are very familiar with the trading style and the structure levels, I usually use the EMA. EMA. I use the Fibonacci. I use the horizontal structure levels now. So I did mark this as the EMA 100 down here, and the market rejected down here. Now this is EMA 60 and this is EMA 200. So in any case, the impulse of the market start running up from here, and then this is the market retracement to 618 down here, which is also structure levels down here. So you can see here resistance, and then support at this point here, and now this is a new support level. So a lot of the market itself has retraced to the structure levels already. So this is just this two, right? So I'm just going to bring up a few more examples. I think even if I bring up, okay, like sand, for instance, and a lot of, I did mention quite a while back that it could test to this point here. Now we are kind of away, too far away already. Okay, so the market kind of created some sort of structure level down here. It's not a very good one, honestly. This structure level is not very solid. Okay, so it might break lower, personally, from what I see. But uh, there is a very minor structure level at this point here. Market retested. So if I do my Fibonacci retracement, same thing. This is the impulse run, right? This is the high point. Okay, market actually tested to 0.786 here. Okay, so okay, let me just maximize this a little bit. Okay, yeah, I think this is fine. So impulse level came from here. Okay, and this is how it tested to 0.786 here, but there's a structure level at this point here. Okay, so this whole area is my buy zone. Now think about it. I just now talk about buy block, like the buy position or the impulse position, right? And I've shown you guys quite a number of examples where if there's a massive sell, okay, let's say the market is consolidating here. Then suddenly the market, okay, I do it nicer. The market is consolidating here. then suddenly there's a huge sell, right? Usually when the market reach back this point, it will drop back again a little bit, or quite depending on whether it's a very big position lah. Like if this is a very big sell, then there is no further structure levels, then usually it will impulse back. I mean it will continue going down. Let me just pull the chart. Okay. So let's say for example there is no structure, maybe the structure levels are down here, or there is no structure level at the bottom or at the top here. Sorry, at the bottom there is structure level, maybe down here. So what happens is that the market may test to this point here, okay, and if it breaks further, then it tests lower lah, okay. That's the worst case scenario. But in most cases, after a pullback, so this is the impulse movement, this is a pullback again, then it will continue upwards, rally upwards if there is no structure at the top. Okay, so we kind of have no historical high in the past. Okay, and this is the structure area here. Okay, so you see how the market had a very huge run up here, 100% here. Okay, then when the market went touch here, right, you see this is the buy order, the buy block, we call it. So there's a lot of buy positions here, right, and then it got triggered upwards again. Okay, so now the thing is this is that looking at this candlestick, there is two possibilities that's going to happen. Okay, one is really very unlucky, unlikely. I would say it's not really of luck lah, but it's more of uh because maybe the market is very impulsive, or like the FOMO, the fear factor or the greed factor is there. Okay, so I did mention before, if the market does not impulse when you have a long tail, and the market does not impulse downwards, okay, or in this case upwards, right, then the market will go and fill up the tail. Okay, so like this one here, this acted as a very strong reversal, right? So you see, if you have a long tail here and a very small body, the market should naturally reject. Okay, but if it doesn't reject, then what will happen is that the market will fill up the tail. So in this case here, we have that tail here. Then what happened? The market failed to push down, right? So it went to fill up. Now, it's a bit more different because a lot of the alternate coins. Now, this is just one chart that has this like not very nice pattern. Okay, so again, think about it. There was a buy position here as well. Then the market went to fill up this candlestick really. Now another one happened. So the logic behind this is a lot of people are trying to sell. Okay. But the selling pressure is running out. Okay, because the bulls are trying to show that you can try your best to sell, but we are still going to keep you upwards. We are still on the upside. So it can also be perceived the other way around, where the bulls are trying to buy, but the sellers are coming in very hard. Okay, but how do you know which is stronger? Okay, take a look at the pullback levels again. Are they pulling back to structure levels before getting and are they breaking the structure levels? Now, if they're breaking the structure levels, that means the sellers have more selling pressure. Okay, but if they cannot break the structure levels, that means the bulls are actually applying pressure, and the bears cannot seem to break the levels. So like many times I share about cycle, right? So the market goes up, pulls back down, then this is the bullish run up, right? So the bull need to rest so they rest, then it comes down. After they rest finish already, they continue again. Okay, so that is normally how it moves lah. And then of course you think about the whole general concept and idea of crypto itself. Do you think people are actually jumping into crypto or exiting crypto? Okay, think about it. Everybody started talking about metaverse, Web 3.0. They're sharing about projects. So is it being forcefully dumped, or is it are people exiting it? Okay, so the logic, that is one logic to think about lah. So in my perspective again is this is being dumped because the buyers or the whales want to get in at a better price. Okay, so they're just dumping everything in, or dumping Bitcoin for instance, and then after that what will happen? They will suddenly Bitcoin will rise again because again the halving cycle just happened. Now I'm not a fan of this halving concept lah. Okay, personally I think that uh it 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 it, it doesn't relate to how I trade crypto stocks whatsoever. Okay, because just like how there's certain pros and cons. For instance, forex has this unpredicted uh, uh, um, area where the banks can suddenly say they want to merge or they want to sell off their the currency whatsoever. Stocks can suddenly decide to do a reverse stock split or stock split. Now, forex had, I mean, then crypto has this halving, right? But if you think about it logically, are people do they want people to exit crypto, or are they trying to build interest in crypto? So more likely than not, now is the adoption phase of crypto. So usually what will happen is adoption phase will have a lot of fear factor, okay, a lot of greed factor as well. But fear factor because people are not educated enough to come in, right? But will they want people to come in or they don't want people to come in? Think about it again. They are building towards the future, so naturally they want people to come in. Okay. Now the wheels. A lot of people will say, but the wheels are the one with the holding power. True, but who's the one with the projects? Are the projects supposed to be backdated? Like are the projects supposed to be failed? I mean, like they are coming out so many projects. Are they bound to fail or not? Now one or two I understand, but now everything is crashing. But this is adoption phase. So this is just to build the momentum, in my opinion. And because the wheels know that they have this opportunity where a lot of people are just going to keep coming in. So shorting this market is just creating fear. But once the market, it's just fear for people to enter now, but the whales will enter. Okay. And then when they enter, the market will start bumping up again. Then everybody will start coming back again. Okay. So in my opinion, it's fine. And you can see that it's so coincidental that everything we trace in a very nice level. Okay. So this is just sand. Okay. So I'll show you guys a few more charts that actually, in my opinion, hit structure. Okay, like engine, for instance, hit very nice structure level here. Okay, at this point here, and even the EMA 200 down here. Okay, let me just zoom this in now. I have to use a very small chart lah, unfortunately, because I am I if not I have to shift here, shift there the chart lah. Okay, but okay, maybe I can do like that for now. Okay, okay, so let's look at this. Oh, sorry, this is mana. Okay, I'll look at mana first since it's the format of the chart is like that. So you see, this is structure level here, right? There's another structure level at this point here. Okay. So I shared a video in regards to what's a deep retracement, what's a first level retracement, what's a second level retracement, what's a third level retracement. Okay. So there is a retracement. Then there is a mid level retracement, and then there's a deep retracement. A deep retracement is when the market actually hit base level of the previous low. So this is the previous low. So the base level of the previous low. Mid retracement is he hit the middle level of the second low. Okay. And then the light retracement is he hit the high. Okay, the first high of the market. Okay. Now this one a bit cheap. There are better videos explaining this. I wouldn't want to waste or take too much time trying to teach this at this moment. Okay, unless I'm like doing a class for you guys to actually go through. But now I'm doing an analysis because I think more concerns on the analysis itself of the crypto market. So again, look at this, how the market actually tested EMA. This is EMA. Okay, let me just apply the EMA. I think it's EMA 200 in this case. Yeah. So in this case here, this is EMA 100. Yeah, 100. Okay. So market actually tested EMA 100, then it got rejected. Okay. Now it's hitting here again. So I did mention just now on the Bitcoin for those that came in earlier. I did mention that. Okay, I will just show you guys again because just now only one person inside with me. So I said this is that on the daily time frame, okay, how I perceive the market to be is still on this green candlestick. Now, there are times that the green candlestick don't appear, but take note that this body does not close below this level here. Okay. No, those that are familiar with how I trade, there is something called the no-fly zone. Okay. So anything within this range, okay, I don't want to release the line. So anything within this range is technically the buy entry. Okay. Why so? Because the market tested to this point here and pushed up. So anything within this tail range is considered a buy position. I wouldn't be trying to sell this at this point here. Okay, more of a buy than a sell. Now, if the market break below this tail, then we will look for sell positions. Okay, and the market is more likely to go bearish. Okay, but look at how the momentum is. This is building upwards. Okay, now the body of this candlestick. Okay, so if you are familiar with the reversal pattern I showed before, this is just the example. You see how this candlestick happened. Okay, so we are looking for something like that as well. Okay, but in inverse position, in reverse position, okay, same thing here. Okay, like okay, I'm going to zoom in. Same thing like that. So currently our candlestick is like something performing something like that. You know how I perceive that this would be a green, in this case would be a red candlestick, but it became green first, then later the red momentum come in. Okay, so I am looking at something similar to this at the moment. Should the market close in a red candlestick, okay, but we still have time, and I still believe that there's still quite a very high possibility of this turning green. Okay, so why I say it is because, okay, the market actually, if you I zoom in here, you see, the market this body does not is it still hasn't closed below this tail, this green tail here. Okay, so I haven't closed below this green tail down here. Okay, this point here. Okay, so what happens from a different perspective is that if you go to 1 hour time frame, you will see a potential double bottom here. And I always share with you guys what is a perfect double bottom is when the market, okay, creates a M. Okay, double bottom is like that. The perfect form of a double bottom, and this is a lowest candlestick here. Okay, and then this candlestick does not close lower than this candlestick. That means it's like that. Okay, and then it goes up. So you can see this is my lowest candlestick down here in terms of the body lah. Okay, body is always a priority, and then the market went to test here, right? And then it rejected immediately. Okay, and I mentioned that I believe that this part here will be green. Okay, so the double bottom will always be or double bottom or double top lah. 100% here. If the market break upwards, we look for 80% upwards. Okay, if it's double top, it's the same thing. If it breaks the center level, so the safe exit is always in the center. Okay, so for those of you who are buying now, Bitcoin for instance, you want to be considering exiting positions in the center here first. Why? Because again, small term or short term, your center level is your structure level. Okay, but if it breaks past that level, you want to be looking at 80%. So 100% is here, 80% downwards. Okay, and I got many case studies on this. Those that are familiar and come for the classes since long ago, you would have seen that a lot of times. So now there is a break in the impulse here, in the W itself. Okay, the first break is down here. Okay, so this is the 100% in this concept. Okay, or rather my first area of interest is down here. So if my 100% is here, 80% up is like that. Can you see that? Okay, now if it breaks beyond that, then we use the full 100% here, and then 80% up like that. Okay, which also makes sense because structure levels are down here. Okay, so in this concept here, if it hits here, this is my natural take profit should it break past this. So first take profit here, second take profit here. Okay, then the third take profit is here. Okay, now if you want to buy this long term now, you want to observe whether the market is oversold or overbought in this area here. So let's say for instance the market reach here and the market down here is overbought, there should be some sort of rejection. And I did share this just now again. It is very likely to come back down a little bit, just like this part here. There's a come back down, right? And then there's a continuation. So I believe there's going to be something like that as well. Okay. Now think of it this way. There's a massive sell here, so we call this a sell block. Okay, so there is very high possibility that once the market reach here, it's going to come back down a little bit. Okay, or maybe very high. I do not know yet at the moment, but I do know that it's going to go down from this point onwards. And there's three reasons why. Just now I show you guys this portion here. If I look left, it's also a structure level down here. Okay, and even down this point here. See this huge sell level sell candlestick. Okay, so this is the area of interest. Okay, this whole area here is an area of interest. Okay, this portion here. Let me just highlight that. So this is an area of interest where I would perceive that the market will likely um kind of reject lah. Okay, like down here. How much I do not know at the moment yet, but I will keep you guys posted. Okay. But in any case, there's also another reason because the EMA 200 is there, right? So and then there's a massive sell here. So that's why I do believe that a sell will come in. How deep again, I do not know. But I do believe that from here onwards it's going to go up to at least this point here. Okay, for Bitcoin. But naturally for Bitcoin, when Bitcoin is going upwards, the other coins will follow, right? So we look at the other coins. Okay, so I was at Mana. I'm going back to Mana again. I know it's a bit jumpy, but I'm just trying to show you guys, give you all a sense of the major currency that is moving the market, which is always the Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Ethereum is doing the same thing, so I won't go through again. You all can just look side by side for reference. Okay, but look at all the coins creating double bottoms. Okay, it is not the best double bottom, but it has that same pattern. Okay, okay, you cannot see it here, but if I zoom to a smaller time frame, okay, like this one is 4 hours, I go to 1 hour. Can you see the M shape there? Okay, and this is again a double bottom. Right. So that is why I would look at this. And this buy entry has been set long ago. If you all look and check the Telegram, my Mana buy entry is down here. I never changed, and the buy entry actually hit. My engine also, my buy entry hit. Okay, this one engine hit one. Mana hit buy entry two. Okay. But my point across is that the reason why I expect a buy entry again is structure levels. I zoom out. Okay. This is the structure level here. Okay, this is my 0.786 and this is my 618. If I zoom out here, okay, and why I expect the market to reach here, I mentioned before is that this is a on Fibonacci retracement for engine. Okay, I did a Fibonacci from high to the low to the pullback. 618 was here. I do my extension and then the gray zone is here. Now it went a little bit lower than the gray zone. It kind of hit the blue zone here. So my second entry for engine is down here, which also makes sense to me for deeper retracement. However, on the other side, this is a structure level here that I've set. And if I delete this, now I haven't do engine for very long. I delete this now. Right now I do a Fibonacci retracement. Okay. This is the market impulse level. Okay, actually I will start from here all the way to the high there. Oops, sorry. So annoying. Wait, let me move this chart forward. Okay, yeah, so much easier. Okay, so you can see the structure level is here. That's why I give the buy entry. That's one reason. Another reason is because actually the impulse I would consider putting it down here, or that time I put it down here lah. Okay, and I did mention before on how to actually where to actually place a Fibonacci. It's a bit like there's no like I cannot look at one time and then straight away say okay I'm gonna put it there. Sometimes I do need to adjust as well. In this case, in the past I put it in this level here, and then my 0.786 is down here. Okay, because the momentum started from this point onwards lah. Okay, we could consider here as well, which is also fine because the 618 is down here. Okay, you can see this is Fibonacci retracement 618, and coincidentally the 618 is standing right now. Like the market is consolidating on the 618. Okay, but it tested. If I move it up a little bit here, it tested to 786 down here, which is our structure levels here. So my buy entry one was down here. My buy entry two is if I put all the way down here, okay, like this point here, and the retracement potential is down here. Now I have my doubts that it will go and test all the way to here lah. Okay, so I would personally just look at it from this point onwards. Okay, because the pivot point, just like what I mentioned just now, there is in this case there is a double bottom here. Look at this okay. So this is the okay. It's not a very nice M shape lah, but one is that the double top is already voided already. Why I say voided is because the double top is actually, if it's a double top, it shouldn't be breaking above levels out here. It shouldn't be creating a high. The perfect sense of double top is like that. Okay, this is the perfect version of a double top. Okay, so unless the market break below the center level, which is here, then we will see the market go down. But it's very unlikely, in my opinion, lah. So there's a very big sell positions down here. Okay, then the market kind of did okay, the M shape not very obvious, it's down here like that. Okay, okay, it tested the lowest candlestick and then it started going up, right? So I did mention before, in a sense of double top, double bottom, it has to break the center level, which is this one here. Okay, so the market kind of break the center level here. What is happening? Market haven't retraced. You see, all this time it never retraced. Since when it touched this level to retrace? So I did mention to you guys to go and sell your mana long ago. I don't know who followed. Those that never follow, I don't know lah. But those that when the price was here, I told you all that was overbought like crazy. See here, if I do my line, my horizontal line, a vertical line, look at the market here. How overbought is it? Overbought. RSI was overbought. So here was the level where I asked you guys to dump, okay, to exit for mana. But some of you kind of like it's not disagree or what lah, but because at the same time you're, it's just that fear of missing out, right? And that you all bought at certain levels, then this wasn't so good profit whatsoever. But in any case, I sent out a exit here. If you look through the Telegram to search mana or engine, I gave all the exit position at the peak down here. Okay. Then actually I think down here I gave one, then I gave another warning down here. I say okay, this is really the high already. Okay, because you see here also overbought. So one of the exit was here, okay, which is structure level down here. Okay. If I were to set my resistance level, this would be the resistance level. Okay. Based on this, the high, the previous high. Right. But then it broke out. Then I had comments from the group chat that Heng never let go. Okay. But then I set out a second time to let go. But so I do not know how many people let go. Okay. But anyway, it was heavily overbought. Then it went down. Now, if it's overbought down here, you exit here, I kind of understand, but it consolidated, so this would have been another buy entry. If let's say, for instance, you let go here, right? But the market consolidated. So I shared this before, 100% here, 100% up. Okay. Then you would have exited at this point already. Okay. So there's a few reasons. Okay. So anyway, down here, we took up positions down here, which I told you guys to buy like at this point here. Okay. Now, of course, I tell you guys to buy or I tell you guys to sell doesn't mean you all will have the time to immediately see my chart and trade with me, right? So I do understand that. So anyway, this was the buy entry I sent out. And the reason is because this was the structure point here, okay, of the double bottom that I perceived, right? And the first time the market actually tested to structure level after it's run up down here, see? So to me, this is a break of the double bottom, right? It's a break, retest, and continuation. Now, if it breaks downwards, then it's the same thing lah. If it breaks downwards, then this is a center level that we want to be exiting, or we want to consider if the market break, then it will do something like that. Okay, if it breaks past this level, this center level here, so then this would be, if let's say it break all the way down here, I would say, hey, don't exit yet. Let the market retest until here, then you exit. At least to save the position lah. Okay, so anyway, this is engine. Okay, but many of the coins did the same thing across all the currency. Okay, so Sen, I just explained it. Okay, okay, then this is mana, right? Yeah. So yeah, so mana did the same thing as well lah. So the buy entry, the center level, this is a consolidation, right? So this is a structure level down this point. Now, of course, this one a bit better lah. Sorry, this one is not as good as the top one because this one tested before structure level down here. Okay, and this pullback started here already. But same thing here, I did a Fibonacci retracement. See from the low at this point, okay, the high at this point, then the pullback level. I found the pullback level which is 0.786 here. Then this was the buy entry. Okay, so I'm looking for one more up. Okay, one more high up. So how high will it go? Usually I use a Fibonacci extension, which is actually just doing this. Okay, so I'll use engine for example, because since I have a Fibonacci placed there. Okay, I'll do the extension like that. Okay, so my potential levels will be here and here. Okay, more likely than not, the market should kind of reach this point, this $7 range lah. Okay, for engine, and then the rest is the same thing. You just need to have your Fibonacci extension done. I will not do it right now because they are all very similar. Okay, Okay lah, I'll just do for this one since I'm already here. Okay, so for those that are on engine, okay, now I'll do the extension. Okay, so the market will likely, okay, because this has been already tested before in this zone here, okay, but we want to be very careful at this point here. Okay, so why I say that is because, okay, more often than not the market will go and test the blue zone lah. Okay, but here is always the safe exit. Okay, and in any case, if it reaches here, okay, let's say the market does this, really very unlucky one, the market does this, okay, then it will likely come back down. Okay, test this structure level again, similar to what happened just now I show you guys with the chart, right? And then maybe continue up, or in some cases, because you can see this M shape here, right, it could break downwards like that. Okay, so just be careful on this area lah. But personally I would say that it shouldn't be going downwards. Okay, again, think of it from a logical perspective. Is the market, are people adopting the cryptocurrency, or are they like phasing away from them? You get what I mean, right? So I wouldn't be trying to exit any crypto at the moment, more of like buy. But at the same time, think of it like there are so many uh uh um cryptocurrency out there lah. So maybe this may fly, maybe this may not fly, right? So that I will come back again when we are there lah. Okay. So I'll just leave it at this. So I would expect the market to reach $5.60 again, and potentially $7.30. Okay, but we need more data to perceive that lah. Okay. Um, yeah. So let me just look at Red Fox, and because I did have okay, this was placed long ago, but I did send out buy entries here, and also did my own account. I also bought some positions here. So I'm actually losing more on Red Fox right now. My hero is actually quite okay. Our first buy entry for hero, for those that came in, was out here. It's actually still very healthy. The pullback actually hit. This is structure level down here. So hero actually had this bull pattern. Okay, then the market go up, break, but never test before. See, never test until now it tests lah. So I did send out another buy entry. In this is new entry should the market break lower. Okay, but anyway, yeah, the first buy entry that we kind of get in was at 9 cents, and then we are currently at 80 cents. So don't exit this, just leave it. It's probably going to run up. Now, what we want to be looking for, guys, is actually all the charts, all the alternate coins to consolidate. It is very likely there will be a consolidation coming, something similar to this. 100% here, okay, 100% up like that. And then depending on the consolidation again, there might be another one up. Okay, but we are looking for a very big consolidation because there are so many new altcoins, and the new altcoins are relatively new data. So you can see there's no proper consolidation anywhere. Whether it's at the bottom side or bottom got lah down here. Okay, but downwards one. Okay, so this one is actually a squeeze in the market, a falling wedge. But other than that, there's no other consolidation. So right now the market is consolidating. Okay, it is consolidating like that. You can see. So I would believe that the run up will come in. Okay, but I do expect a very huge one, like really big one. Okay, so once that one comes in, I think the Bitcoin and all the other coins. So we look across all alternate coins. It's not just one. We look for the big consolidation across all the alternate coins. So if let's say a lot of the alternate coins are consolidating, right? Bitcoin is likely to follow also consolidate also. Okay. Of course, if Bitcoin shows the consolidation, even better lah. Okay. The logic is if Bitcoin is the one showing the consolidation, that's better. Now for multiverse, AI is actually not so bad. Okay. I did mention that it could drop lower because of this. You see how the market actually look at the pattern. There's a very huge okay. So the logic, there is a mirror pattern in, so chart analysis is not so, it's complicated but not so difficult as well. Okay, so if you look, this is the center, right? The touch points are very similar. Okay, then there's this huge run up, then a huge drop here. Okay, the run up not very huge, but the drop actually quite huge. Okay, but ultimately it's hitting structure level that has not been tested. Okay, actually, oh sorry, actually it's tested here. Uh, it's probably just doing a deeper retracement down here, this level here. You can see that the current level where the market is sitting on. Okay, I'm just going to clear my line. The current level where my market is sitting on is actually the structure levels of the inner head that I've drawn out. Okay, so we should see the market suddenly doing this push up. I would believe it's actually this part here. Lah. Yeah, I would believe that this whole area here like that. Okay, it's actually this whole area here like that. Okay, so this pot here would likely be my perspective lah. Okay, would be this area here. So the huge run up will come in. Okay, I would exit. I will let you guys know to exit AI. If you bought at a very good position, it's okay. But cash out most of the position somewhere around the two range or 1.5 15 cent range. Okay, cash out most of the position there because if the market is mirroring this, there will be a huge drop again, and then this might be sideways for very long. Okay, so it could be a project thing, it could be a fundamental analysis thing, like the project suddenly very bad, but I do my TA more than my FA lah. So in any case, you all don't want to cash out, please do your own due diligence. Okay, yeah. So this is for AI. Okay, I'm just going to move into stocks. Okay, for those that missed the crypto analysis, feel free to nudge me. Okay, then I'll do the chart as post it separately. Those that missed the early analysis for Bitcoin, I never really touched on Ethereum. I never even touched on Ethereum, but they are moving very similar lah. So I didn't want to waste my time there. Okay, but in any case, uh, I will upload the video later, and then you all can download and watch. Okay, but I actually only focus mainly on the major currency, Bitcoin, some game coins. Okay, actually all the coins are moving the same lah. So if you take for example, I don't talk about game coins. Let's talk about more. Okay, what coin? Okay, let's look at Litecoin for instance. Okay, the one Litecoin very similar to. Okay, let's look at SOL lah. Okay, SOL USD. Okay. Now I haven't checked this chart for ages already. I honestly never care about this chart anymore. But okay, so I'm just gonna look here. Okay, so you see the market has not tested this down here since when it tested. Okay, maybe down here it tested lah. Maybe did it touch until back then? Okay, never So the market for the very first time, this pullback is actually hitting this level here. Now I'm not saying that it will not go down. Looking at SOL, there is still a possibility for SOL to go down. Okay. But I think it's over already lah. Okay. I'll explain this portion here. Okay. So SOL created actually okay. So SOL shows that there's a possibility of it going down. Okay. But anyway, I will just show you guys like there's a head and shoulders here, but it's not a very nice one. And this is a very rare, unique case. There are cases like that. Okay. But technically, this is the head and shoulders for SOL. Okay. I shared before that there are Siamese head, right? So usually the head will have like that. Okay, like a Siamese head. Then the shoulder is here. Okay. Now a lot of you will perceive, the SOL, the head and shoulders is actually this part and this part here. And this is expected to go down. Now, this is a very rare case and a very hard to perceive case for head and shoulders. Okay. And it takes a few years of experience and looking at this pattern to happen a few times, actually a lot of times, then you will know that actually this would have been counted as the take profit for the head and shoulders. This is 100%, this is the 80%. Okay. Okay, and the reason is because the shoulder is a bit, the shoulder close is a bit more unique. Okay, so usually how the market works, right, is that for head and shoulders, you have to close the shoulder, meaning to say that this is the base of the shoulder, this is the base of the shoulder, and then it has to close like that. Okay, that means the head and shoulders have to close, shoulder, head and shoulders. Okay, then the market will break below, retest, and then go down. 100% here, 80% downwards. Okay, in terms of the size volume. But in this case here, the shoulder is a bit more unique in this sense. Actually, the head and shoulders is like that. Okay, uh, it's supposed to close up still. Okay, but technically this head and shoulders is wait okay. Wow, very noisy. Okay, so the head and shoulders is like that. Okay, but this market actually retested upwards. I would perceive this as a retest. Okay, that means the market actually retested, do a very deep retracement, and then after that from here it plunged down. But it plunged down to this point here, and then it kind of stays stagnant lah. And I mentioned just now about the double bottom, double top, right? There's another double bottom here as well. Okay, a very ugly one, but it's something like that. So those that are familiar with the falling wedge, which I shared many times, okay, and those that are also do your own technical analysis one, you would see this lah. Okay, something like that. Okay, so this is a reversal pattern as well. So I would expect the market to kind of go up now at least to this point here, the yellow EMA here. Okay, at least to this level here or SOL. Okay, but more likely than not, I believe that if you look at the bigger picture now, you see this as a reversal. But if you look at the bigger picture, what is happening is that it's just a very simple consolidation. The market is this is a run up, right? Okay, this whole entire thing is just a consolidation like that. Okay, it's not a very nice consolidation, but the market you can see that it is consolidating, but it does not break past this structure level here. Okay, so in this case, we will see a fake breakout down here. Okay, then connecting the previous high, okay, the break pass and then the resistance level. This is a consolidation that we're looking at. Okay. Again, because I've traded quite a few years already, so I can kind of see it. So SOL should run up to 300 points. Let's just save this. Okay. So again, how do I measure this? I do my Fibonacci retracement first to understand whether it retraces or not. Okay, so 618, very close to the 786 lah. Okay, but I would kind of pull this up until here. Okay, and then this is retrace to 0.786. I'll do an extension level. Okay, wow, I'll do an extension level here, and then at the same time I will do a price range. So 100% here. I copy my flagpole here. Okay, 100% up. Okay, but just be careful because there's a break in the flagpole. Right, there's this break here in the flagpole, so it will likely have a break here as well. Whether or not it goes up, we need to observe lah. But half of the pole, just to be safe, we will take half of the pole like that. Okay, I think I'll delete this first. I'll take half of the pole instead. Okay, yeah. So, somewhere around the 2.5 range first, and then if the market consolidates like that, which is good lah, because the consolidation shows the market to actually do a potential flat pattern whatsoever. So if it does do an impulse and then a flat pattern here, I rinse and repeat the same thing, right? 100% here, 100% up, like that, and then we would hit our levels down here lah. Again, I do not know how much is going to retrace at the moment. We will wait and see lah. Okay, but take note that the market is very heavy on the sell down here. See, oversold. So more likely than not, the market should go up for SOL USD. Okay, yeah. So just an example again, everything is true retracement, Fibonacci retracement, and then the RSI stochastics is all very oversold right now. Okay, so if I look at Bitcoin, okay, not only Bitcoin, Bitcoin also got lah. Okay, but Bitcoin one is oversold down here. Here still haven't reached oversold. But if we look at Engine and all the others, we can see it's very heavily oversold as well. Okay, now it's just starting to push up lah. Okay, but we'll wait and see and observe how the market actually move. Okay, like I say, I do believe again, if you watch the replay, I do believe that this portion here or this point here, as long as in this candlestick, right, this is the pivot point, this is the center point down here. Okay, so this is where I would see the market retracing. So this is the impulse, this is a run up. Okay, this is the run up here. So this is the impulse, this is a pullback, and then this is a run up. Okay, yeah. So this is how I would see it lah. Okay, now I'm just going to go through some stocks. Okay, all the other crypto is also same lah. Okay, they all pull back. You see, like down here, um, yeah, but at least one not so nice lah. Okay, I didn't really like this coin anyway, but yeah, I don't like the game itself. Okay, not a fan of the game. This is a very ugly head and shoulders. Okay, okay. So the idea of where to place your center line, right, is actually very simple. You see your resistance, then it usually will cut through. Okay, if you intend to cut through your diagonal line, resistance, it will act as support resistance. So resistance here, support here, resistance here, support, and now as this support. Okay, so I do believe that this is gonna come back up as well. So oh, but at least one looks like it's gonna go way higher. Weird. Okay, I don't know what's so good about this game, but yeah, looks like it's gonna go way higher than the current price. So um yeah, but do a bit of due diligence because I don't really like the game. I don't fancy the game. I don't think that the game has that much potential. But in any case, the levels will be something like that. Okay. Yeah. So I'll go through some of the charts that I'm looking at right now. Stocks are all very slow. Very slow. Some of it is very weird. Okay. This is one of the better ones that I'm actually looking at to buy, and I do expect the results in the next 2 years or 3 years for 30 times lah. Okay, but at the end of the day, do your due diligence. This one has a very good due diligence for this. Okay, so the reason why I entered for this is a more stocks than crypto. Okay, so anyway, I did a bit of insider trading check. INUV actually bought back quite a while back. Okay, before they actually, but they already took away already lah. But back then they had a very big buyback. Yeah, unfortunately that time I didn't take a screenshot, but it's because of the buyback price, right? You can see that they bought back all this amount of shares, right? And then INUV bought back like six-figure share, six-figure shares lah, and 3 times. Okay, why would they buy back if the company not doing well, right? Okay, like all this is fake buyback. You see, like uh very small buybacks, right? I don't bother, okay, because they spend so little money back to buy back their shares. But if the director buy back, like see all this is fake one. It's just to show people that I'm buying back because there are a lot of platforms showing insider trading. So this is how they use to kind of like fake lah. Okay, in my opinion lah. Okay, but if you see like buybacks like that, CLR and things like that. So let's just do a check on CLR. Okay, it takes a while for the buyback to reflect. Okay, so the buyback was CLR 1st December. Okay, 1st December. So you see, when they buy back, right, then the market run up. Okay, that's one. But of course, I don't just see, oh, they buy back, then I just go and buy already lah. I don't do that. Okay, so what I do is I do a bit of their FA as well. So I check their analysis. So INUV one is actually positive. You can see here in their depth is also under 0.1. Anything higher than 1, risky. Okay, so under 0.1. Okay, but let's see I do not know how's the chart itself. Okay, let's look at any. Okay, that means what I'll do is I'll do any for this. Okay, then I'll slowly filter lah. I just want positive returns. Okay. Okay, so still, oh shit, I pressed the ads. It's still not very good for this. Okay, maybe I'll remove all the settings first to just check whether they got debt or not. Okay, so the issue is that they still have debt. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pull back the growth, and then I kind of want to measure their debt level. Okay, so they don't have annual growth. Okay, okay, they have one down here. Okay, then I look at their debt equity, 9, under 9. Yeah, okay, good. Under 7, under 0.3. Okay, so they are somewhere around the 0.5 or 0.6. Okay, so technically they're not very fundamentally strong in terms of numbers lah. Okay, at least that's how I see it lah. Okay. Good thing is the sales over sales is quite healthy here. Can take a look at EQOS and Naked. Yeah, yeah. EQON I is part of the chart here lah. I already open it already. Yeah, Naked is also my always open chart. Okay. But so the FA itself for this one, okay, it's not ideal for me to jump into this, but anyway their buyback recently was quite big. CRR, okay, see six figure, that means they buyback. They spent on 14 million, right? And then the market actually run up down here. See, so first December they bought back. This is October. First December is here. It is 2021. Okay, okay. Wait up. 20. Okay, down here lah. Okay, this is monthly time frame. So actually that one is not lah. Okay, so they bought back down here. First December is down here. Okay, but I think that their buyback also makes sense lah, in the sense that this is a consolidation. Okay, but would I buy into this? I wouldn't buy lah. Okay, personally I won't buy into this because I do believe that they might still go a bit lower. Okay, and usually the buyback won't trigger so fast. So this is the order that they place. It's not like they immediately buy back the SEC form. So they sign the form. So like Tesla one was also here. I actually shared in a group chat about Tesla by selling their shares. So their one is executed already. Like they just sent out Tesla share. So I think it's inside the group chat. Let me just pull it out. So TSLA down here. So you see, I actually recorded Elon Musk selling his shares on the 2nd December. See how much he sell? Total value. Okay, so once they approve, once SEC approve, right? Very likely the market will start dropping like crazy. Okay, so we'll wait for them to execute the sell order lah. I think it's not. Oh yeah, so actually it's still there lah for sure. So I just type TSLA. Oh wait, has Elon. Oh no, it means a lot of people selling. Every day got a lot of sell one. Wow. Okay, so anyway, I'm not looking at sell. I'm looking at buy. Okay, so anyway, just an example lah. Okay, so for NUV actually they had that buyback. Okay, now EQS I believe the crypto market is actually gonna start climbing back up. In my opinion lah. Okay, it's gonna start climbing back up. Now, I did this channel quite a while back ago, the falling wedge. Okay, so this part here, okay. Actually this one not very nice lah in that sense, but because I only test twice, okay. But in any case, I just have to pivot this properly, okay, which is like that. Okay, this is a channel down here, okay, and the market actually ranged in this channel for quite some time, right? Then the market broke out of the channel. Actually, the important part is this one here, this line here. Okay. So the market broke out of the channel sitting on this point here, which actually I did mention that it could test to this level. Now, this would then create a potential it's a very big double bottom here. Okay. So this whole range here, because you see this is all this time, right? The market break below this, right? So break below the structure level here. So this is horizontal structure. Market break, retest, and then go down, right? So usually when this 100% and then there's a consolidation upwards, then there's 100% down again. Okay, but now it's changing its pattern already. Okay, just like this break, consolidate, and then continue. Now we have a impulse, a break beyond this, a consolidation, and then more likely or not, we should see one more run up. Okay, but you don't have to buy any more positions. You just have to hold it. Okay, because I know there were a few buy positions. I think one was here, at this price point here. I think another one was here. So those that bought in here for quite some time already, it's okay. Just leave it. Market is heavily oversold as well. Actually now the RSI is not yet heavily oversold lah. But I do believe that the market is already quite ripe for upside. You can see that it was bearish for very, very long. Right here, the only time that is bullish is here. Okay, and then it's not bearish. Okay, so with the same, so just the momentum itself is one. Another thing is that I shared the book pattern with you guys many times already. So the M shape here, and then the market consolidating here, right? So I would expect the market to actually break past this M shape lah. But if you want to be a bit more conservative, you can take profit at $10. A bit more risky, then you take about $15 or $16 down here. But I am just holding it until it reaches somewhere around the $30 range. So again, I'm just going to put some references out there for you guys. I don't have to use actually Amazon and whatsoever. I can actually just use Adobe, uh, any of the ones that actually created a momentum run up. But EQOS is doing, I think, crypto also, I think. So if that's the case, right, if they're also doing crypto, then more likely than not, we should see it happening on a upside lah. So uh yeah, something down here lah. Okay, where how it all started. Okay, so they have the M shape here. Okay, then they consolidate down. Okay, here it kind of rise lah, but then it went down. Then before a huge run up like that, right? Oops. Okay, yeah, before a huge run up all the way up there. So anyway, most of them, right? So the M shape is here. Most of them actually surpass the M shape, the M size lah. So this is just one example. I've shared this so many times already, right? So I'm just going to share a few more times before I stop sharing this. Okay, so we can use, I think DocU also. I think so. I'm not sure. Okay, DocU one, the M shape is there, but this is not very nice consolidation lah. Okay, they are consolidating, not very nice. Okay, but if we use AMC, I think AMC one had a pretty decent one. So they are M shape here, and then they consolidate downwards like that. Seem very similar. Then halfway through, it pushes all the way up, right? Then after that, it come back down, hit structure level. I would expect AMC to come back maybe a bit lower here, potentially down here. Or actually, this point is okay, but it may test lower here because the EMA is here, and then if I draw a horizontal line here, you can see support, support, resistance, resistance, and now support. So it could test a little bit lower to 20, then run up for one more time. Okay, but this is the most similar one I can see lah. This is the M shape, the consolidating downwards, M shape, then the consolidation. Even you want to count this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 before the huge. And it happened. You see, this the impulse, this the impulse, this the pullback again, and then the pullback is down here. Okay, but this pullback a bit more deeper lah. So then a run up should be coming for EQOS. Okay. Uh, yeah. So EQS, I feel that it's okay to hold. Now let's look at NAKD. NAKD a bit disappointing. I would expect it to run up a lot longer, but I know why it actually didn't run up. Okay, because they went to file for whatever blah 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 thing with the SEC to extend their thing, right? So again, people take for granted lah. Okay, and it's a very logical thing. Right? Yes, they bought over this vehicle company, this EV company, and things like that. Yes, they are still not in debt, but we do not have we do have the quarterly earnings of the central company, the one that they bought over. I think it's Central. Yeah. So if you look at their earnings, you can actually download their earnings one. Okay. But this is more FA, not something I'm like very interested in. Okay, so their price, their product price is not very expensive because what they're selling is not this. They're not selling the whole car. What they're selling is this thing, and this can be coded, right? Or how it works is that it can actually be coded to do automation movement. That means they can route the thing to do. So imagine you watch those Star Wars or you watch those cyberpunk, you watch those kind of show that is I think we cannot use, oh, even Ready Player One, for instance, okay, which I share with you guys who watch, right? Or those very sci-fi shows. You know those machine that take out product from the certain area, and then their movement is always routed to a certain a position, right? So their app itself actually allow that to happen. So they can call for the vehicle, but they can also send the vehicle their fleet back to the normal route. So they can program that kind of things like. And if you're not sure, just go YouTube. Their videos, they do explain it itself. Okay, so like sweeping board and like serving a drink, don't know what lah, just very simple basic movement, but at the same time It's automated because you can also call them. I think they are building heat sensors and things like that for certain things lah. So this is concept for police car, but the ones that they actually have is like something like that already lah. Yeah, but I think the design all also very slick lah. Okay, so they did say that they have a lot of sales now. How I know whether the sales there? I think the report is down here. Uh, there was a report somewhere. I saw the report. I need to go and find out. But yeah, you can download their report for their sales lah. Okay. In any case, they IP their product 100% IP whatsoever. Yeah. So point is, this one seems to be pretty decent. Japan new. I think they also got what is it called? They also passed the Japan audit lah. So are they? Yeah. The Japan K car approval for its all electric. Yeah, so this is the one I'm talking about. So Los Angeles or somewhere in US also they are already using their vehicle already. Yeah, so do a bit of your own due diligence on this, but generally, in my opinion, from what I did, I think that this is actually quite healthy, and I believe that this company can go quite far. So in any case, the thing is this is that until the report is publicly released or uh maybe like show that the brand is under Naked Brand, which has not been like officially like announced. I mean, they already officially announced that it's already bought over, but there hasn't been any like media of the guy shaking hands or whatsoever, this kind of thing. I think people are still skeptical, but at the same time, they are just what is it called? The right word is not taking for granted lah, but yeah, I forgot what's the word for it lah. But it's just like now I tell you, say, oh, you can buy this at this price, but this today is not Black Friday. It's just a special offer. So they just take for granted that, oh, maybe Black Friday will be better. So they will just wait and wait until they have better price, because a lot of people still perceive that this is not the lowest it can go. It can still go lower. Okay, but personally, I think it's quite stagnant on this level. I think it's consolidating here for quite some time already. Now, some of you may think that, oh, then it can break downwards because this is an impulse down, right? And then this consolidation, then oh shit, that is going to do this. But look at the M shape here. Do you see it down here? It's just consolidating. I have very high doubts that it's gonna. Now there's no way it's gonna consolidate and go down because if it does go down, like down this point, any lower, if let's say they are doing 100% here, 100% down, they are delisted lah. Okay, they are bankrupt lah. So this is my doubt here lah. So what I'm just looking at is the market to actually consolidate long enough and then impulse upwards. Because look at it lah, the head and shoulders is here. Okay. Now there's a small M shape here as well, but this is a very small version. Now this whole consolidation phase is very, very small, but the patterns are all there lah. I think this one here is down here, and this part here is down here, then all these small ones. Okay. So think of it this way. If this is small and this is big, how big will the impulse be? Yeah, so that's what I would think about lah. So anyway, in my opinion, probably end of the year or start of next year, this should impulse to this level here. Okay, potentially breaking past this level, but I think here it will consolidate a little bit, like down here. See this one hit, then reject down, right, and then go up. So I do believe that this is going to hit and then reject down and then go up like that. Okay, so it's just that this is a larger movement. Okay, so anyway, it should be quite big lah. So my target price eventually is like down here as the very simple one but ultimately my dream very big for this lah. Okay, because again I trade based on technical analysis, right, and the structure levels, right. So the M shape is here, right. This is a very large M shape. The squeeze is here. In any case, I would expect the market to reach here, but the sad part about this is that I cannot predict whether they're going to do a reverse stock split whatsoever lah. So if they do a reverse stock split, then we damn sad lah. Okay, honestly, that's very sad lah. But I'm not surprised if they pull something like that lah. Okay, why I say that is because previously they were lingerie brand, then now they want to do this, right? Then they definitely going to believe that their stock price is going to be more expensive, more valuable, right? They're gonna perceive that their stock price is worth maybe at least $10. Then how? Then thing will reverse stock split lah. Okay, so that one is just my perception lah. But ultimately, the price I expect the price to reach somewhere around 1,800 lah. Okay, because some people even more crazy lah. They think that the price will go 2,000 like 700 counting. Which I mean I wish lah, right? And I wish they don't do the reverse stock split thing again. And the thing is I doubt that they will do it. Okay, it could happen, but I doubt they will do it. Is because one is they don't want to lose the investors' interest anymore. Okay, so if they reverse stock split and they do it so many times already, and they still want to be in the market game, if they do it one more time, I think the existing, especially the naked army whatsoever, will start throwing away the shares. Now they can buy back their shares. They can do it all just to manipulate everybody to sell their shares. Okay, but I hope that's not the case lah, right? So I would just hold this until a favorable point, which is at least $88 lah. Okay, I shared before. This would be this is a pivot point, the center point for the M. This would be my retracement level, which I do believe there should be some sort of rejection down here lah once it reaches here. But if I got in a very good price, I would just hold it all the way until like the 300 range at least lah down here. Okay. Then I'll cash out here. If not, my 1,800 range lor. Yeah, but this one I'll cash out a bit lah. Yeah, to cover the initial investment that I put in. Okay, so Naked Brand seems to be quite okay, at least in my opinion. I will move on to NVCN now. My NVCN one also is idealistic lah. Okay, it's optimism and being like imaginative about it. Okay, so I'll share with you my opinion as well. Again, they are pretty good in terms of their technology itself already because they are the only one in the industry right now. Okay, so if you check out NVCN, okay, I mean you can go and look for other medical company that does this lah, but so far this is the only one that I found that and I don't think they will die off because I think there's a necessity for it. Okay, so what happens is that they actually secure your lungs, your respiratory systems, the veins and things like that lah. Okay, so anyway, they are the only company doing this. Okay, so they have two type of products lah. Okay, but in any case, they are the only one that is in this industry for respiratory that they are researching this product on to upgrade or to help with the breathing. So I think of NVCN as what if, okay, again they got an M shape here, okay, the potential boom pattern. Because we're moving into the stage of this metaverse, right? And then there's this like augmented reality, virtual reality all coming in. So I'm just thinking out loud, like from the perspective of you watch Ready Player One, for instance, right? They have sleeping pods and things like that. And again, they do need manufacturing for all these products. And they cannot just like, I'm not a medical expert, I go and create a product to that is for health lah, or for respiratory lah. So I believe they need to work with a medical company to come out something like that. And in which the medical expert in this area would be for the breathing. So I'm imagining in that perspective of sleeping pods coming out for people to use, and then they are playing game while in the sleeping pod. Okay, then something this company might be a contribution to it. Okay, because actually from their TA wise, again there's high risk for this one. I did mention before that penny stocks all got high risk. Okay, but my perspective, their potential for a boom is very high. Okay, so structure level, it has been oversold for way too long, right? And then, but the thing is that it hasn't released for way too long as well. Like it was always at this level, okay? It was always floating at this level and never delisted, okay? So I believe that the market would likely hit 400 range and even higher to, if the market does do what I perceive the market to do, which is this company start doing sleeping pods and things like that, then their price model, you see the M shape is here. this is a double bottom M shape lah, then the squeeze, right? Then I do expect the market to go up. Now, if they do what, if I perceive if they do what I expect them to do, right, which is a sleeping pot technology and things like that, then what will happen is that it's not going to be cheap lah, right? And they will probably need a industry expert to come up with this kind of thing, which I think MVCN will be one of those industry expert to help with the manufacturing of that. And the price reaching this price point would make sense then. Okay. But the point I'm trying to bring across is that we are looking at an age where technology, health, and gamification is all involved together. So again, this is a pipe dream that I have lah. So this company is traded based on TA, a very bad FA, but a pretty good TA structure. So the TA is just very simple. The market has not tested this structure level before, okay, and more often than not, market will go and hit structure levels. Now it tested here, it kind of created a double bottom, sorry, a M shape here, right? Then the double bottom kind of break down here. However, if it break, usually it will just release lah, or break until like that already. How come it's still alive and for so long, right? So I believe that it if it's gonna break, if it's gonna fail, it's probably gonna go for one more run up to 300 before it actually fails. Like means they're gonna do some deep research whatsoever, and then they're gonna realize like, hey, this might not work, and then they will wrap things up lah. Okay, but the shareholders have the company has not dumped their shares anymore. Like they're not dumping their shares. That's one. Another thing is that their price has been stagnant on this, keeping afloat, and they haven't actually do a lot of reverse stock split. Okay, like all in all, over the years they have 2 reverse stock split. Okay, just 2 So in my opinion, I do believe that this company, you can see is bearish momentum here, okay, and on the monthly time frame is bearish as well. But I believe that based on technology and whatsoever, and my pipe dream on how this company will be involved in advancing the future, I do believe that this could have potential lah. So anyway, if it does, then it makes sense. If they're manufacturing sleeping pots for the future, then I think 4,000 is not difficult to hit lah. Yeah, because I don't think it's going to be cheap, and the people that will be investing will be all the very rich people first, right? So NVCN again, Beverly is going to be more of a pipe dream than a very fundamental approach. Okay, it's more of a risky trade in, like what I mentioned many times to everybody. Anything related to penny stocks are all very risky. So put what you're able to swallow in terms of the losses, but the returns are potentially high. So think about it this way: if I put in $300 here, I put in $300 on Tesla, I put in $300 on INUV, right? And then if INUV, I'll go through ATOS shortly, and if INUV, in my perspective, will multiply by 30 INUV, okay? Now I'm only risking $300, but the potential returns is the multiplier of 30 lah. Okay, and again, I've shared this a concept of trading with some of you. I think like the more seasoned traders, the seasoned people down here. I actually did it for my forex account and things like that. So I always like my forex account, or how I trade forex is that I have multiple accounts at 100k, right? Then I actually show some of you already lah. So anyway, what happens is that I will risk that 100k for a potential to make 700k, and then I have multiple of this account. But every time I hit 200k, I split the account again. So let's say I hit 200k profit, or my account is now 200k equity, I will split into 2, so I get another 100k. So I will always risk that amount of shares, or the amount of value of the account for potential growth. So the same thing here, the multiplier effect is there. Okay, but stocks is a bit easier than forex lah, okay, because forex got the leverage and things like that in order to scale. But this one you don't have to. The TA, you buy at a very good price at 60 cents for instance, and then it goes up to say $300. Your multiplier is very high, right? But penny, if you do on Tesla for instance, you put $300 on Tesla and you put $300 on NVCN, Tesla will still help you make money eventually, for sure, right? But NVCN, maybe will lose money. But let's say we have Naked Brand Group that you put in $300, so also a penny stock. As long as you hit one nice penny stock, the multiplier will cover whatever you expect from Tesla, whatever you expect from whatever you have invested in the rest. Yeah, so that's my concept, right? So anyway, I have put in quite a bit for all this lah, right? So yeah, so do a bit of due diligence. One thing is that if you're doing FA, like you want to kind of understand whether the company is worth investing in. Like this company, the CRR one, I wouldn't be putting money into this. Two things now. One, oil and gas will definitely be a necessity one. We will definitely need oil and gas one. Okay, because it's not something that our what now the EV technology is there, yes, but we will still need oil and gas to to run the factories and things like that lah. Okay, so this company will not die off, but I wouldn't invest in this because they still have debt, quite high debt level lah. Okay, so I would go for companies that are, I will only send out, and our group practice or my students are only sending out charts that are at least debt equity below 0.1. So we start off like that. Then you see like Adobe is there, right? So Adobe, I do believe Adobe will be there for a very long time lah. Okay, and then of course this has positive returns lah. Okay, now some of them they may not be down there. So if we run out of charts, like down here got only 11 lists, right? So if run out of charts down here, then we will look at changing the sales, because like I say, some companies the sales do well this year, some companies they will do well next year, right? So I don't want to um blacklist them, but I will blacklist companies that are over debt lah. Okay, yeah. So I know some of you actually asked about AXSC also. This one I do have quite a huge amount invested as well. This is one of the early charts that I actually bought in for healthcare one. Okay, so ATOS is also one of those lah. So I'll go through ATOS and that one. Okay. SOS one I already shared my opinion on it the last time, right? So just go for the previous video. Okay, ATOS also, but never mind. I'll go through ASXC with ATOS. Okay. So again, if you're not sure what they do, just go click the website and understand what kind of technology they're running on, or what kind of business they are doing. Oh, anyway, this company changed their website lah, so I'm pretty sure they got money lah. Okay, stupid logic lah, but anyway, they are actually quite I found this even before they actually had a lot of press. Okay, because whatever they are doing again is a bit more of one of a kind. Okay, so as long as uh the company's technology or what they are trying to do is not very common, then I would consider uh certain differentiation or uh perspective that this could be a boom thing lah. Like companies will people want to buy their products and things like that. Okay, so do a bit of your own research. But anyway, their stock price and all medical stock right now you can see it's all very red lah. Okay, all very red. Okay, but actually from a TA perspective, they are all consolidating downwards. Okay. Uh, this one very nice also. Actually, this one nicer than NVCN and ATOS in terms of chart pattern lah. But they are boom. So again, I did not come out with all this chart pattern thing. Let me just show you guys what I mean by that. Okay, so if you go to down here, okay, and then you look at chart patterns, I'll just open this because this is what this PDF is my foundation of trading. I started learning trading from all these chart patterns here long time ago. Okay, so what I will do is I'll just put side by side and then I look at the pattern here. Okay, and more often than not, if you use this at backtest, it always happens. 80 at least 80% of the time. I cannot say 100% because there are times it fails. Okay, but 80% of the time. And this is a monthly time frame chart. So imagine the scalability of this. Again, the chart pattern is that the market will do this. Okay, so this is way better and nicer than ATOS and NVCN. Okay, but in terms of scalability, NVCN got the highest lah. Okay, but this one I would expect the market to potentially reach somewhere around the 400 range. Now, actually, there's a lot of medical stocks. I don't have the data anymore, but some of it is still on Yahoo. Like some of the data, and they delisted for two reasons. One is the company really very cui lah, then the stock delist, right? Okay, that's the most logical one. Some change name. Okay, actually more than two reasons. Some change name. Some then the third one, which is actually for medical company, the most common one is because they got bought over, not because they are company bankrupt. For medical company, more if you go and check. Okay, so I do have a checker here. Okay, so I do check as well. Okay, down. Let me see. I think it's this one. Wait, I just need to find it. This one here. Okay, so more often than not, medical companies they delist. Okay, because of bought overs. Okay, so you can check from here on. Okay, but you do need to do a bit of like down, like go and check their symbol lah. So why I check and how I check in the past. So more of why I check is because that time when I started trading stocks, I didn't know about reverse stock split. Okay, then the students or some of the people on the call, I mean like the Telegram group asked me about reverse stock split. Wow, then I panicked because I do not know about reverse stock split. So I went to go and research, and then I did all this like one by one back test to try to understand why they delisted. Okay, so the chart probably won't be there anymore. Okay, yeah, it's not there anymore. But if you go to Yahoo News, some of the chart data will still be there. Okay, so I went to actually go and test, and then I found out that I just want to bring this over to FA. Yeah. Then I found out that actually a lot of the delisted company for medical company delisted because of bought overs, okay, or merger or change of name. These three reasons, okay, not because of price or investment. Because actually, why medical companies are very heavily invested, and they got a lot of investment money down there. So if you look at the technical analysis, okay, down here, this is IMUV. Where's the okay, this one. You look at where the market actually started from. Oops, sorry. Look at this. This is monthly time frame. Okay. So the market started at $2,000 per share. Okay. ATOS have they actually reverse stock split before? Once, twice. Okay. So will they actually like the risk of them delisting because of bankruptcy is very rare. Okay, and they will have to upkeep the technology and the cost, you know. So what happens is that they will try their best to stay in the market, and if they don't, they will go and reach out to J&J, whatever, all the stock companies that all the medical companies that can adopt their technology and feel that their technology can be used in the medical field. So a lot of companies get bought over by J&J, NVAX. Okay, so if we look at buy over, spin-off, okay, or acquisitions, right? Let's just type something pharmaceutical. Look at this, so they got bought over by this group. Okay, now I do not know this group, but let's just Google them. But sorry, let's just search for them. Okay, are they here? Actually, I'm not sure. SA. Okay, I'll just pull up from here lah. I think they're listed lah, but if they're not listed, probably complete acquisition. Okay, what's stock price? Or SARL. Okay, so SARL. No, I don't know. I don't know what's the thing. Yeah, but they are bought over by another company lah. Okay, just to bring my point across. Okay, so the thing is this is that there are so many. Okay, that are bought over now. This is another health one, right? Got bought over. So most of the pharma lah, biotech lah, all this always get bought off one. Okay, by another medical company, and then they will continue from there lah. Okay, so my point is that when they bought off, usually their price is now if you let's say for example you buy the medical stock at $13, I can tell you it's very unlikely that the person, the medical company buying them will not buy them at $13. Unfortunately, it's lower than that more often than not. Depending on where the market price is at. So for example, let's say for example, AXXC, right now the market price is at $1.70, and they get buy off, right? And usually they get buy off only when their price is like very very low, okay. And of course they got potential to scale. So like AXXC, right? I think that they may get a buy off. So a few months back, I checked on J&J acquisition. They bought off a medical company that stock price was at $30, but based on TA, it could have hit $400+. Okay, so they bought off at like $50. So the people that hold a stock price, maybe they bought in at $1, for instance. They actually their stock price converted to about $30 lah. $50. Sorry, yeah, $50 price. So my point is that if the company, usually during acquisition, they will pay off a higher premium than the original price lah, that the market is at. So if the market is at $30, they will usually pay maybe 35 or higher than that lah. Yeah. So J&J actually acquired a few medical companies, a few within the past 5 years, and then all of the medical companies seem to have potential to fly off on their own. Okay, but there are a few reasons lah. One, they sell maybe because they don't have the bandwidth, they don't have the money to hold. So medical companies that don't have strong FA, like what I just showed you guys, down here. Okay, so if they got debt, right, then likely they cannot fly their own. Okay, so those medical companies will likely be bought over. But ASXC seems to be quite healthy. I think they can fly on their own lah, personally. So I wouldn't be worried about them being acquired lah. Again, they could get acquired, but I think we are able to kind of like hit the price of a few $100 before they fly off. And again, in terms of technical analysis, this is a falling wedge, right, that I drawn. Now, if you look at, I just earlier today I started with the cryptocurrency, and I did share how a cryptocurrency about double bottoms and double tops and 100%, 80% take profit levels. Okay, so watch the video later when I upload it. But anyway, this is the 100% impulse. Okay, you can see the M shape here or the W shape here, then the upside lah. So the more often than not, when you look at double top, right, usually this is higher lah. Okay, they have a W inside. Okay, if you look at double bottom, they have a M inside, like this M here. Okay, so you can see that the M shape is down here lah, basically, and then this is like the point where it's gonna fly off lah. Okay, so at least that's my point of view. Okay, so if the market reach here, I'm pretty sure it's gonna reject very heavily because there's a lot of like consolidation here. So I'm gonna zoom this in a little bit. Okay, so there's a huge impulse sell here, right? Consolidation here. Now, if I mark this area here, it's somewhere around the EMA 200. Okay, see, so structure level is down there. I personally will just hold it until it reaches that point, price point. Okay, but again, penny stock lah. So just put it from that perspective that you just put it out there, park down there, and then don't look at it at all. It will be red, green one. Okay, and all medical company, all medical stock, actually not all medical stock, every stock right now is red. Okay, almost every stock right now is red. Okay, now even cryptocurrency now is red. Forex as well is red. Anything traded with US dollar is red right now. Okay, but anyway, you can see that this is the structure level I'm looking at, and right now, if let's say the market is going up, for instance, here I would probably do a sell because there is a sell off down here. See, like down here, there's this like shoulder lah. So from a bigger perspective, if we're talking about chart patterns, we will then see a inverse head and shoulders down here like that. Okay, and again, I go through my PDF file. Okay, and then I find head and shoulders. Okay, like that. See, so this is the inverse head and shoulders. It can be diagonal, it can be flat lah. Okay, but if this happens, okay, the head and shoulders, let me take out my Windows drawing tool so that I can draw it without going to zoom mode. Covering the PDF file. So if you look here, this is what I'm talking about. Oops, very fat. Down here. Okay, so it's like that, the inverse head and shoulders down here. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at, and then the potential is higher lah. So if you ask me, but I wouldn't want to be like holding this all the way up here because I do believe it's going to reject to quite a low position again. And don't say this if you look at NVAX, which is a pretty huge Novax lah, medical company, right? So NVAX, look at the price point. Don't say I say look at the price point at $3, it shot up to $300, 390. Okay, this is one scenario. Okay, and that's not even reverse stock split. It's just normal. You see, there's no reverse stock split here. No reverse stock split. Okay, the reverse stock split is here lah. Okay, but all this is just normal price movement, right? But if you go to monthly time frame, okay, it happened a few times. This is one time. Another time was at $6, and then the market shot up all the way up to 297. Okay, but my point again is I'm expecting the market to go 480 plus. Okay, because in terms of the inverse head and shoulders, it's like that. Okay, and then something like that. Okay, now we cannot see the data here, but I've shown you guys again multiple scenarios of how the market does that. Okay, uh, it's perceived data lah. Okay, another thing is that if you see there's an M shape here, that before the run up, the impulse run up. So I covered some cryptocurrencies. I also covered some stocks about it. So here, same thing. You see the M shape here. I think it was for EQOS, the M shape here, then the squeeze, and then the boom up, right? So I do believe that Novax is going to run up to 4.8 something, okay? But same as this, potential is going to run up to potentially 1,000. Yeah, to be safe, it's about 1,100, 1,300. Yeah, down here. Okay, structure level is here, but more likely than not, we should see the market here. Okay, so the big profit for head and shoulders is 80% of the 100% of the head. So if this is my head and shoulders, okay, my head size is, let's say this is 100, right? Okay, so this is the size of the head. I will look at take profit at 80, 80 not 100, 80. Okay, so if you measure here, this is 100%, 80%. Yeah, sure. I moved this last time because I was also showing I was trying to show an example. Okay, so you can see the price. This is 2,000, 28,000. This is 24,000. Okay, so we're talking about the break. That means the market break out from this structure already. Okay, so it would hit our blue zone. Then got so coincidental, it will hit our blue zone Fibonacci retracement level. You see, so because there's so many signs or technical analysis showing that it will likely hit that price point, then I would perceive that the market will likely hit that. So 100% here, 80% up, right? So same thing here, I will apply the same kind of measurement for price. So assuming my head and shoulders is like that lah. Of course, if you go higher, then your head and shoulders will be larger lah. Okay. Then I would do 80% down. Uh, Usually I do a math like I do the calculator. Okay, but yeah, very troublesome. Now I don't want to do the calculator. Okay, but yeah, I will just like leave it to about 66,000. Okay, so actually like somewhere around, I think down here would be okay. Down here would be okay actually. Wait yeah, play it safe lah a bit. So somewhere around here, this price point. Okay, so so we may not test this level here, but this level here has a bit of structure as well. So I would do close here first. Okay, so if it does do a close here, right, then we have a very large head and shoulders. Okay, which is like that. Then this one would be counted as a inner head the Siamese head, because I show you guys before, head and shoulders, right, the pattern, right, is usually like that the head usually like that one. Okay, it's like usually like that. So this Siamese head, this could be the Siamese head. The next drop could be the Siamese head. Then this one down here would be the full head and shoulders. Okay, so it's a bit messy, but my point to bring across to that, I'm just going to delete the M shape here. Wow, very hard to see. Okay, so I have a reversal pattern, which is the falling wedge. Okay, down here that I've drawn out. Okay, again, I didn't come up with this, but you can go online and search. There are a lot of patterns like that, and it works Okay, so I think it was down here, below. Okay. Wait, I just trying to find the pattern. Reversal. Okay, fine. Yeah, down here. So this pattern here is this one here. Okay. So this is a reversal pattern already. So this is one signal to tell me that this is going up, right? Then the second one is the inverse head and shoulder. Should the thing go down, reach here and then reject, right? Then this would be a potential in the Siamese head lah. Okay, so Siamese head is like, again, I show you guys the head and shoulders usually have this pattern. Uh, I'll use Bitcoin since I have a chart here. Okay, so this is the head and shoulders. Okay, you see the head usually got this like twin head or Siamese head lah, and then after that the shoulder. So this is the shoulder. This is the shoulder. Okay, then this is the this part here. This part here is the head. Okay, so this is just one example. Head and shoulders. Another example is same thing down here. Oh, this one actually very ugly. Cannot. I cannot. I see really want to push it. Uh, but never mind. I'll just use it lah. Okay. This whole thing is the head, and then this is the shoulder. So 100% here, 80% down. Okay. Sometimes it exceed lah. If it goes 100%, then it's incentive lah. Okay. It's not don't be greedy about it lah. Right. So anyway, so if you go monthly time frame, the head and shoulders, or weekly time frame, I think the head and shoulders is pretty clean. Like you can see it clearer, like that. So you can see that this, okay, I'll use yellow, easier to see. Shoulder, the head is like Siamese head. Sometimes the head is like that lah. It's like that. Okay, then the shoulder. Okay, the shoulder very ugly. Like that. Okay, then 100% is here, 80% down. Okay, so anyway, back to NVC, the AXXC. So in any case, this could be the first drop, the first rejection down here could be the Siamese head. So the shoulder, right? This is the head itself, like that. And then once it goes up here, then it creates a second shoulder. Then anyway, this would be the structure level here, right? So head and shoulders here, then that could go higher lah. Okay. But anyway, to play it safe, and more likely than not, the market should hit somewhere around the 200, 300 price range at least lah. But in my perspective, I would be targeting 500 for this. But like I said, penny stocks is like that. You it's all multiplier. So you buy at a very low price, and then you just you buy a few penny stocks. So you put like 200, 200, 200. Again, not financial advice, just how I trade. Okay, I just put 200 in each different penny stock. If I'm a bit more, I have deeper pockets, I'll put 1,000, for example. And then like Naked Brand, actually, I shared to some of you. Yeah, actually, no, none of you, because the some of you already left the call. But I shared to them how many Naked Brand stock I bought lah, about 27K lah. So and I bought it like I DCA quite a few times, right? So I bought one. I bought it at quite early stage at one point, because back then I didn't know how stocks. Unfortunately, stocks is a bit more draggy, very very draggy. Okay, I traded it like forex like that lah, like very fast. Okay, but so I bought in, like I had one position here, I had another position here. Uh, then I had most of my position down here. Like I bought in like really a lot down here, and then I DCA again down here. Uh, a few months ago. Yeah, 2 months ago, correct. Then I now thinking whether I want to DCA some more lah. But anyway, I got about 37K shares on this lah. So if it goes to even $90, I would be in a very good position already, right? Of profit. So even down here, even at $4, it's pretty decent amount, right? But the multiplier again, I'm putting in for the multiplier lah, right? So in any case, I have about 600 shares of this AXXC ATOS. I had ATOS one actually quite early lah. Like I bought in earlier than most of them that I gave the signal to in the past. because I saw the opportunity before I started this group. So but ATOS is quite healthy like right now. So okay, so AXSC I want to wrap things up that the target price is about $500 in terms of the my full sentiment on the take profit. Okay, um, and again like I say they don't really have any reverse stock split, so they're naturally quite healthy. Okay, over the years. Okay, so you can see, and most medical company again like I say they don't have a lot of reverse stock split. Those that reverse stock split uh like really reverse stock split a lot of time right, they probably bankrupt lah, but their debt equity very high also. Okay, so AXSC is one of those that don't have very high debt equity. Yeah, so I would do my FA on that, like based on that lah. Okay, but anyway, back to ATOS. I mean, we move forward with ATOS. Okay, so ATOS one we had a retracement, and now we can see that the market is creating a tail lah. I always mention this. If the market start very early, right, without a tail, like very like there's no tail on top lah, then the market go all the way up. Okay, then there's no tail at the bottom. Sorry, no tail at the bottom, then the market climb all the way up. One green candlestick. More often than not, the market will start going down. Then it will create that tail. Okay, if and then sometimes it will go and create a tail at the bottom. More often than not, they will create a tail like something like that. You see the market go all the way up, green color, like the whole month. Definitely, I mean, it's very unlikely that the market will just be a big green candlestick without any tail lah. At least have some tail lah. So, this is an example that I'm talking about. So the market went all the way up and then started going down. Okay, then you want to be watching the next candlestick lah. Okay, but my point across is that there wasn't any, and this is a very good example of a bullish market lah. This green candlestick had no tail at the bottom. Okay, and more often than not, when there's no tail, the market will go in that position for quite some time. So, for instance, the buying pressure here is justified as a lot of very strong buy bullish position lah. Okay. Anyway, then we had the reversal pattern, the double bottom, okay, the M shape, the W shape, but the M shape in the center. Okay, actually the double bottom is here. So this is the W, right, and then the M in the center, and then the W here. So again, it tested to the lowest candlestick down here, and then it started going up. But when it did this, it go back down. I didn't panic. I did share with you guys that it's a inverse head and shoulders like that. Okay, and then just nice if you do a Fibonacci retracement, this your low to your high to your retracement is 0.786. Okay, so target met. So I did share to DCA down here, I think last week. In any case, it's fine. Just leave it. If you never DCA because you bought some positions here, just leave it lah. Because at the end of the day, how much are we looking at this? We are looking at $16. Okay, $12 minimum, and then $16, $17 potential, right? And then this price point 100% here, 80% up. Okay, then you hit your massive sell order here. See, so there's a lot of big sell here. There's a lot of big sell here. Technically, your 100% is down here. This is the 100%. Okay, your 80% up is until here first. Okay, should the market go higher, then you target for 22. Okay, so it was already quite well planned. Long-term perspective, a bit higher. Now, the reason why I believe medical stock will boom, a few things. As we advance, there will be a lot of technology that is not out there. Like because we are so vested in gaming right now. Okay, but if you think about it, everything is based on in terms of my own timeline and logic thinking. My perspective is very simple. If the market right now is everybody jumping to crypto, but then this corona came in. To me, it's too coincidental that corona. Beverly, your mic is muted. Can hear. Yeah. So please mute your mic. Yeah. So in my perspective, coronavirus came in or COVID came in at a very nice position where everything plateau, technology plateau, gamification plateau, because PS we were stuck at PlayStation and then computer games never really move, right? Mobile games also become very stagnant. All the games you see is very common, very similar. But then the idea is that who our is the people adopting to the new technology is not us, it's the kids, the younger generation. And what better time than to and how would they adopt to all this and they're also vested into gaming already, right? But gaming don't give them any potential to earn money, and there are so many kids playing games, right? So then I take the concept of Ready Player One, the movie. If you haven't watched, I do encourage you to go and watch it because it's like the future I perceive. Okay, so long ago I had this project that I talked about, Project Quest. I believe that uh, shopping centers will be augmented. That means when we walk in the shopping center now, we see like lights, your fashion on a mannequin and things like that. In my perspective, there's going to be a it's going to be like a fun fair kind of thing. Like there's going to be a virtual world in the shopping center in the future. Okay, that's how I perceive the future to be. So anyway, uh, then this whole crypto thing, metaverse started coming in. But how would they get people to adopt cryptocurrency? The best way is to get everybody shut in, right? No choice, you cannot work. Then how do you earn money? Cryptocurrency, lor. Then everybody being vested into it. Then just nice, the economy started talking about NFT, right? And NFT again is digitalizing physical assets, right? And then you can also virtualize fantasy like things. And if you think about it, the target audience is again to the newer generation because they are so vested into gaming, right? So I believe that everything has a reason why it happens, and cryptocurrency is moving to the new phase of currency. Like we took, if we look at forex, we took 12 years or 20 over years to build $1 trillion market, but it only took crypto a few less than 5 years to hit $1 trillion market, right? And the logic behind this, and now we are in quadrillion for forex and $1 trillion for crypto. So there is still room for growth, and population is increasing. So money will keep expanding, right? Or will keep increasing. But will the newer generation appreciate money much more than, and they are not so, like, I'm not saying, I'm not condemning them or what lah, but I'm saying that technology is moving ahead for the newer generation, not so much for our generation. And just like how our parents or people in the 50s 60s, okay, sorry if anybody here 50s but 60s 70s, my grandfather is learning to use a mobile phone, and he's already like adapted to the touch screen and things like that, but it took him a while, but no choice because he have to adopt. So the same thing is happening right now in terms of how I see the market or how I see the world moving, right? So cryptocurrency is pushed in into our daily life suddenly. Like if you go around asking your friends, suddenly they all know about cryptocurrency. Some don't know, some don't know lah. But those that really don't know one, once you tell them, they say, "Hey, I heard before." Who here don't never heard of Bitcoin before? Then after that, NFT started booming. Now who here don't haven't heard of NFT, right? So if now you never hear, now you hear from me, and then you will start to go and research and things like that, right? So my point across is this: is that uh, I believe that cryptocurrency will move ahead. At the same time, technology for medical companies, all this kind of thing will also move ahead. But the focus right now is more of the crypto world first. Then the medical companies will start coming in. Why? Because they will start finding out, hey, people too crazy about virtualizing the virtual world already. Then how? Then they need to create the medical facilities for them. Like example, you need to have your neuro, let's say they want to play their game. They keep playing their game. They will come out sleeping pods so that these people can play their game safely, lah, in my perspective. So that's how I believe the world will move towards. Then also if you see about gas vehicle, I mean diesel vehicles and now EV, it's also to make the world a better place. Also the technology increase, right? So at the end of the day, we will keep the medical facilities, in my opinion, will come in to serve the purpose of the future, right? So medical stocks right now will start. Now they are focused on COVID, but they are addressing it only like tickle only lah. Because if you think about it, again, everybody locked at home, and then what do? They everybody desperate to earn money. Then they go and research. Then everything says cryptocurrency, right? So they are forced to adopt cryptocurrency, just like how mobile phone. Everybody is forced to adopt mobile phone because like back then we used Nokia, and then Nokia was good enough for us, but then we are forced to adopt because they had touch screen, and then they say, oh no, now the line going to phase off, no more 3G, now 4G, right? Then later 5G. So everything is moving towards a point, but again, to me, it's all planned, like propaganda, or how the market move is all planned. So I'm just going to share with you a little bit. Now, this is not part of I'm not doing PA so much at the moment, but I'm just going to share with you like from a forex perspective, because I trade forex, right? Euro USD, for instance, okay, we had a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, this is what I mean by head and shoulders. Okay, you see the Siamese head here, the head is like that one, you see, right? So then the shoulder, so 100% here, and I did this quite long ago for those that have come for my classes in May. Even earlier than that, like my students, I do have my chat group, that my WhatsApp group, private WhatsApp group, I did share with them to sell here, and then I did share to sell here again. So I did share the perspective is structure level. See, the structure level is down here, okay, and look at where the market reached. 100% here. Look at the measurement of price. 80% down. Okay, market break, market retest. Here was another sell entry. So my forex trading, I'm very confident in it. I think some of you saw my how much I earned in forex before I did some live trading as well. So anyway, the point is this: is that right now, in my perspective, Euro USD is just going to keep dumping. This is Euro USD, okay? And if you look at the monthly time frame, there's a huge consolidation here. Now, I'm not saying that it will disappear completely. It will not, at least not in the next, I think in the next 20 years, maybe 15 years, it wouldn't disappear yet, okay? So my timeline is down here, okay? I do believe that down here, the market will try to push up here, potentially hitting here, and then we'll have a very big double uh, top here. And then this is where I think in the face of 2040, maybe currency will start plunging, and then they will see no value because cryptocurrency will start overtaking. Okay, when cryptocurrency start overtaking, and by the way, banks are also doing it. So those are lawyers, unfortunately, I'm just going to say it bluntly, in my opinion, again, in my opinion, lawyers, people working in law firms, lawsuits, all this kind of thing, will be the pay will be lesser already, or be very exclusive. Like lawyers are needed for very exclusive purpose. Why? Because smart contracts are there. Now, if I sell my in the future, blockchain is going to record every single transaction. So, example, how it's using for the collectors industry right now. VeChain is working with uh, this what's the company name? Mighty Jacks. Okay, it's a toy company, right? Collect So what happens is that, let's say I buy this toy from Mighty Jacks and I sell it to somebody else. That person can scan the QR, the code, the code, and then they can transact through the blockchain, and it will be recorded that it has passed from my hand to somebody else's hand. Now think of it this way: if it passes to, and there's a value purpose, people will say, hey, but second hand, second hand. Now I tell you, the product passed to Michael Jordan. You think the next person that buy after Michael Jordan will be buying at $10? No. If the product was selling at say $20 and it's exclusive, then then it passed down to me because I saw value that I bought at $100. Then later Michael Jackson also finding it, Michael Jordan finding it. Then Michael Jordan buy it at maybe 20,000 because I know Michael Jordan. Sorry, I'm a fan of Michael Jackson. Then I know Michael Jordan really want this, but Michael Jordan got money, so I sell him 20K. The next person that buy it, you think he will buy it at 20K? Michael Jordan may sell it cheaper. And maybe Michael Jordan say, okay, you know what? I don't need this. I'll sell it at 10K. But the person that bought it will not be selling it at 20K already, at 10K. He'll be selling it at millions of dollars, right? So this smart contract will show who has all this and who owns the right to this. Okay, so lawyers, all this kind of thing, unfortunately, there will be a lot of legal cases that will be already automated already, in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, so and don't say my opinion. I think there are a few people, and actually my lawyer, this was like a conversation me and my lawyer friend had lah. So anyway, I was saying like, hey, like that, all this smart contracting, then they all die like your industry. Then he's like, actually that's true, and then we started debating about it. So intellectual kind of a conversation, and then yeah, so my perspective is like that lah. So same, like, okay, I drift off a bit lah from there. Sorry, I'm just trying to say that a lot of things will not be needed, just like how cash currency will not be needed as much. Okay, so I believe that when the market reach here, there'll be a very huge debate and things like that, and then it's probably going to do a double top, and then this is where the market will exit eventually, maybe at this time frame or so. Okay. Hopefully I will save this video lah. Hopefully it happens. Sorry, I don't want it to happen, but if it does happen, then I should change again to fortune teller. Okay, but yeah, so based on TA, it's going to plunge even longer, lower. Okay, and I'm looking at this price point now. Okay, for Euro USD. Same for actually a lot of currency and gold, for instance. I did also explain, gold will drop to a certain level, but gold will not cease to exist because technology needs gold. Okay, so I gave a sell entry down here. I did had another sell entry here. If Hayden is on the call, or Hayden is not on the call, but Hayden actually experienced it lah. So I told him to sell at the peak here. So for forex, if you sold here and you price reach here, you actually earn a lot of money depending on what's your lot size. Okay, but where is gold going to go? I would expect gold to drop even lower. So I'll do a Fibonacci retracement. Okay, you see, and then you'll be like, what? Got so chiao or not? Yeah. So anyway, this is where the market started impulsing on. So the low and the high. Look at where the structure level is at. 0.786 is Gang Hao at the structure levels here. So there is a double top here, and again, it's history repeating itself. Okay, so I would expect gold to kind of plunge all the way down here. Potential areas that will actually be KIVing for a retraction is down here, touching this price point and then going back up before going back down. Okay, and then this is just a potential double top lah. But again, it has to break the center level. If it breaks the center level, then we will see it drop lower. But my point across again is that technical analysis and many things showing any relation with US dollar is plunging. Okay, so gold traded with US dollar plunging, Euro USD traded with US dollar plunging. Now, if I take Euro USD, and so my point across again is currency will likely be phased out sooner or later. Okay, and it will be cryptocurrency. So try to invest more. Don't really keep so much cash. Like keep enough to survive the next 30 years lah. But try to convert them to crypto. Okay, so if you take the GBP USD, there's a very strong correlation. Anyway, there's a correlation chart lah. Okay, and then AUD USD. You can even put SGD USD lah, but they are all the same lah. So you can see the structure level. See, this is Australia USD. There's a structure level here. The inverse head and shoulders is down here. Actually, for this one is down here. Okay, it's not very nice one. 100% here, 80% down. Okay, then there's a bigger head and shoulders here. See, so the market is likely gonna go up a little bit. Maybe go lower a bit more lah. Okay, but it's gonna test back here and then go back down again. Okay, 100%, 80% down. Okay, but again, my point across is to show you guys that there's a strong correlation and the market has all been hitting the correlated. So again, this is a structure level here. So you see there's a correlation to all the USD charts. Okay, structure level here, all hitting there. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, anything related to the forex industry right now is going to go very, very bearish, very, very ugly, I tell you. Good for me because I'm selling them. Okay. But like if you are actually holding US dollars cash, it's not good. Okay, go and convert your USD away because it's gonna go so low that you feel that you should have changed because it's gonna go probably 1:1 with some of the currencies. Okay. I think SGD might be 1:1 with USD soon. Okay. So yeah, so again my point across is getting so medical companies in the future, think about it again. It will serve a purpose because it has to sustain the way people lifestyle and things like that. So lifestyle in terms of the negligence to their health because of gamification, negligence to the fact that they will be relying. Yeah. So again, if everybody keep focusing on the screen, our eyes will be bad, right? So eye companies will be good. Companies that are in the respiratory will be good. Neuro company, because if we're going virtual world, or we are going to virtualize things, okay. So if anybody here are anime fans or watch anime, Sword Art Online is a good example of how the future will be perceived. If you are looking for a more realistic one, then Ready Player One, okay. But all has a very strong correlation to all of them lah. And again, these people created the concept just like how Back to the Future created LCD screens, PlayStation inside, okay, and it all happened in the future. So and even mobile phones, okay. So anything that is projected on screen, sometimes they will try to manifest lah, like it will happen. Okay, so anyway, medical companies are actually doing quite well for in the coming years. Okay, some may last, some may not last. So to filter them, just look at those that are not very heavily debt. Okay, in terms of their financial, so you can see sectors. Okay, biotech, health tech, healthcare. Yeah, correct. Healthcare, biotech, uh, pharmaceutical companies will be what you want to be looking at for the future prices, and you want to be making sure that you know your settings are the way you set is like that lah. Okay, you want to screenshot, I will share with you all the settings lah. Yeah, so just make sure that you are looking now. This one not necessary. It's just that I'm looking for a more companies that has potential to grow earlier stages, like early stages, right? So just now I show you all ASXC already, based on the reversal chart pattern, which is the falling wedge. uh the reversal is coming in already, so they are like more earlier than the rest lah. ASXC, yeah. Yeah, I think it was oh, it was monthly time frame, yeah. So this pattern here, right? The reversal pattern based on the chart analysis, this one, right? So, because this one would likely be earlier than the one of the earlier booms of medical technology, or medical stocks, lah. Yeah. Anyway, their debt is they have zero debt, and then you kind of like want to see, you know, what are the company, the industry about. So medical devices, will be one of them. Biotechnology also good because, um, you all can do your research. There is a company called Second Sight, okay, which is ticker code is ICE, okay, and their technology quite interesting. They actually can help people, the blind see again. Okay, so quite wonderful lah. Okay, but through glasses, and there's another medical company. I haven't actually like dive into it lah. But my sister did try to email them for a trial because my mom is blind lah. So we try to help her get this technology. Yeah, but it's in trial phase. Okay, but my point to bring across again is that uh things like that in the future, the technology will be able to help people, and those companies will likely be, which is under biotech sector. Okay, biotech sector. Okay, so look into these industries because again, uh we don't have the technology at the moment, but I believe, sorry, personally, I think we have lah. Okay, I just think that they are just holding it behind, or like somebody is holding this thing. Like how did Newton suddenly come up with that idea? Yeah, maybe it's just one, not Newton. I don't know who the one created the light bulb lah. Okay, yeah, maybe he's very smart, but at the same time, I believe that this information is held, like like there are some people that already have the rational or the direction of how this will go, but they're not sharing their technology, at least not yet, or or their research. Okay, so I believe that there are a lot of medical companies that will rely on a certain source or research, and then it will start booming. The industry will start booming. Okay, but yeah, so I will look into those healthcare or biotech technology that is in a, a profitable stage, or the equity value. Then after that, the so profitable is like down here lah. Okay, if I want to look for early healthcare companies, with TA, so this is FA, but with technical analysis to apply that, the potential boom is coming, right? And then I'll take those trades lah. Yeah. Okay, so like ICE is also one of them, that I'll be looking for. So this pattern very similar to NVAX. Okay, they have the M shape in the center, then suddenly they just go bonkers. Okay, so the M shape here is this one. It's very ugly M shape lah, but it's like down here. Okay, you cannot see on monthly, but daily you can see it. Sorry, wrong chart. Okay, so daily time frame you can see the M shape here. Okay, this one here. Okay, then the squeeze, and then it's gonna like shoot up lah. So I would expect the market to kind of go up. Okay, and so sometimes our team send out signals, and it hit stop loss, but it hit because it's sitting on the structure. The stop loss purpose again, for those of you who are in Go chat, right, or the Go member, the purpose is that it's only there because it has to break below the structure level. If it breaks below the structure level, then we want to see where's the next structure level. If it breaks past the structure level, then we exit already. But if it's stagnant, we at that structure level, we will still consider holding positions unless you are very conservative. But usually, like I say, if you're trading penny stocks, trade what you can lose so you don't have this issue. Because again, the multiplier for penny stocks is you risk maybe $1,000, okay, but the potential is at around 20 to 30 times the profit lah. Yeah, okay. So that's my target for penny stocks. Then of course if you buy like Tesla and things like that, or Facebook, don't buy. Then you wouldn't be buying one or two shares lah. That one you want to be buying a bit more, but you will be holding it because it's more of a like a growth stock or something that you can hold long term. Okay. But for penny stock, not say cannot hold long term. It's just that there's a potential risk of delisting. Yeah. Okay. So how we want to reduce that risk is to go through the FA to understand whether they have debt. Because again, based on statistics, historic history, most of the medical companies or what, not only medical lah, whatever company that delist actually have very high debt equity. Okay, the debt equity itself is very high. Then they couldn't tank the market. Then they delist lah. Okay, so just take note lah on that. I think even if I do a test on AMC or GME lah. Okay, let's try GME. I'm not sure honestly. Let me use a blank one. Okay, actually I have one here already. Okay, so this is a bit more like I want to filter like the really penny stocks on. Then I will use all these like INUV. You see, so INUV under one equity. Okay, but under one is not good enough lah. I would do under 0.1 or 0.1. See 0.1 and INUV is still there. So I'm pretty confident with INUV lah. XPA also. Okay. IZ just now you all saw this kind of stop loss, right? It came out halfway while I was teaching. Okay, IZEA. Okay, but I wouldn't be panicking because based on FA they are quite healthy. If you look at the chart, I think they are quite healthy as well. I haven't seen it, but let me just take a look at it. IXZA. Okay, so yeah, very very. I have to like zoom in. Okay, zoom in. Okay. Oh, you can okay. One look you can see already. Okay, you all can see two things. Okay, inverse head and shoulders, small one down here. Okay, small one. Then after that we have a big one, which is this one here. Okay, and I did mention to you guys just now. I explained it. If you see an impulse sell, more often than not, the market will also sell after when it reach that impulse sell, that huge sell position, right? So that happened for this. Okay, and the idea is this: is that there's a shoulder here. So if I do my Fibonacci retracement, okay, so this one I spread all the way up, but now if I, because monthly time frame, right? So I don't want to count the tail, I count the body. Okay. Okay, so we are sitting on somebody's mic is unmuted. Adeline, you kind of need to mute. Yeah, you press on your mic. Yeah. So down here you can see that the market is hitting structure level down here, right? Which is previous resistance. So remember, resistance is not one line, it's one zone, it's a zone. Okay, so this whole entire thing is a zone. Okay, support became resistance, now this is support. So if it's not this month, it's probably next month, which I did test, I did right. Okay, we actually hit our first take profit in the signals group. So we sent out a hit our first safe take profit. Now unfortunately, if we trace even lower, then I did mention down here. Okay. Sorry, not I say one. This one is my team do one. Okay, so then after that it started. Now we are looking for a run up lah. It hit stop loss because they want to be very conservative. But like I say, it has to close below the level. If it doesn't close below that, we'll just hold it lah. Okay. See, it touch only. It triggered the stop loss, but I wouldn't be exiting this lah. Okay. Yeah. So again, my point across is that most of the companies that delist is actually companies that has very high debt ratio. Okay. Now, I will use just an example. Like I don't need them to be profiting. So there are some cases where the companies don't need to profit and then it's there. So just now I was saying what company GME. Okay. Not sure if they have debt, honestly. But I'll just check. You see? So they have no debt. And it's under one. Okay. I will not say no debt, but it's, the debt ratio is very low. Okay. Let's look at the sales positive. Okay, quite good. Then this one, Positive, okay. Positive and positive. Yeah. So anyway, I did share a while back. I again for those that have been with me for a while, I did show you all the screenshot like my conversation with my friend. I told him that GME will continue running up higher positions. Okay, so let's just take a look at GME. Okay, I do not know how many of you own this stock, but when it went up here, it was consolidating. And I shared that down here where the market go, right, I said that there's an M shape here also, the boom pattern here. So the M, okay, I do not know if you can see it, but this is the M. And consolidate and then it boom up, right? And then like I say, usually it will go and test back structure level. We'll see what happened here, tested. I put one line here. What did the market do? The market boom, test structure level here, and then continue upwards, right? Now it's consolidating. Now I do it. This is just a rough lah, but if you have to tweak it on sometimes. Okay, so just realign the levels here. Okay, make sure that you want to touch as many bodies or as many touch points you can. Okay, so I will do it something like actually in my case here I would yeah, okay, down here is fine. Yeah, so yeah, so this is a pattern, potential pattern, but the ugly part about this is that it's symmetrical that means the shape is very very equivalent. Okay, now this one went a bit lower, so this is what we call stop hunting in forex, where we actually the market did hit our target price. So 100% here, this is a flat 400%. The market consolidated, then our target price is 100% up. So if you do a measurement, okay, we'll do it right now. It's just to give you guys perspective. Okay, then 100%. Okay, so you can see we actually hit our target price down here. Okay, but the consolidation kind of like extended lah, like it's a bit lower. So from here, actually, I thought it was a pennant, but it's more of a flag. So instead of having uh, like a triangle shape, right? So a flag is more like a rectangle shape. So it does this. Okay, so 100% here, 100% up, right? So again, I take out my trusty PDF, right? My trusty ebook, and I move it down, and then I find the pennant and the flag pattern. Okay, so this is the pattern here, down here, right? So in order to identify, just make sure there's a very strong impulse, like a very strong movement, a very huge sharp movement of a certain level, whether it's sell or buy lah. So here there's a sharp buy, then I'll take profit with hit. Then I did tell my friend that if it doesn't break, and that means it has to break, the market has to do this. The market has to break, close above this trend line. Then we are looking for upside. But if it doesn't, then we'll look for one more down, which it happened lah. Okay, so again, this is the pennant that I'm talking about. Okay, so if you put side by side, the impulse level is down here, right? And the market did this. Can you all see that? Right. So more often than not, it will impulse upwards, depending on the impulse lah. So if the impulse is like from bottom to top, that means it's upwards, then you should see an impulse. The next impulse will be upwards as well. So gold chart is very common for this. Okay, so I trade gold like crazy. This is where I actually earn most of my income lah. Okay, but it's under forex lah. But I did this multiple times. I shared the thing. So 100, this is a consolidation, right? The pennant. Some can be a falling wedge lah. Okay, either way it's still a continuation. So 100% here, 100% up. Okay, we had a same run up here, but you see there's this like very big break here. Actually here there's a break also lah. So the safe level is like from here 100%. Okay, if it goes a bit more, then you want to target this area here. So this is my first half. Okay, so 100% to 100% here we hit. Right, then the market usually will mirror. So it consolidate here, here also consolidate. Okay, then we had our second run up, which we also hit take profit. Okay, and so on and so forth. Then of course, if you apply the Fibonacci retracement and things like that, then you would actually see that this would run up for another run up here. So example, impulse is here. This is where the market started running up, right? Actually here lah. Okay, so how high did it run up? So I do a Fibonacci retracement here. Okay, then I do my extension. You will see the exhaustion level here. So this is why I would say my safe take profit is here. Anything higher than that will be the blue one, and mostly for forex, the blue one would be a very good take profit already. Then after that, it will usually reverse lah. So anyway, it dropped quite drastic, right? But what I'll do is then I'll measure my other impulse, which is I'm just gonna delete this for now. Okay, which is this one here. So from this point onwards to this high down here, 0.786. Then I do my extension level, and then I get back my blue zone here. So this was my omega sell. This is where I profited more. My major profit from forex is down here. I still have running positions for sell down here, all the way down to here. So I gauge. I never go in and look for a long time really, because I took the top catch here to sell. So where the market is currently at, probably around high mid six figures lah, the account. But I need to go and log in lah. But I yeah, but I'm just sharing like in terms of long term trading. This is what I do. So I usually bottom catch or top catch, and then I will run it out. So like down here when I bought here, my forex group, my personal forex group, my all the students that I train, we actually took some buy positions here, and then we took our exit down here. And why is because of Fibonacci retracement, and then the extension. Okay, we could be greedy lah. Like down here, we actually exited most position and we rebuy in again. It's a bit different from stocks, but my point across again is the retracement level is always the same, and there will be a lot of situations where the market does what do they call it, a stop hunt. Okay, so a stop hunt happens when the market uh the market knows that a lot of people actually uh uh put a lot of buy here, or down here. So the market purposely like went down again, or test a bit higher, then let everybody so happy, then they all jump in already, and then the market plunge. Then everybody down here will think that, oh shit, then I better exit. Okay, so those people that exit will waste lah, because this is likely to go up one more level. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so GME in my perspective, let's do a Fibonacci retracement and extension again. Now if it does go down, then we want to look at the retracement level where it can potentially reach, right? But generally I think it's quite healthy already for a run up. So this is the new impulse, right? So there are a few things and collateral risk assessment to do in any case the market breaks below this. Okay, so let's say for instance, okay, so we are sitting at 0.618 now. Two levels to always take note is 618 and 786. So if it reaches 786, then this is where you usually omega buy lah, like buy a lot more. Okay, but 618 is actually a decent level for forex. 618 is the magic level, like the best level. But for stocks and crypto is usually at the 786. Okay, but in any case, this would be my buy position. Okay, and then actually I already took this like a while back. I sent to the members group lah. But anyway, yeah. So just to share, the members group, we're gonna dilute the members group, or we're gonna put it like instead of like $100 right now, we're probably gonna like price it way lower, probably like $30. So it's a bit more affordable for everybody as well. So anyway, to bring across this is that uh the situation like down here, should the market drop and break below this, then I would do a buy position here. Okay, and then the retracement will be done. Okay, then it's just another, instead of a pennant, then we could be looking at something like a flag instead. Okay, but this is not a very nice flag lah. Okay, yeah, something like that. Okay, so this is the downside about TA, is that if you, there's no like concrete like straight away that's the level that you want to buy. There's a lot of DCA involved. It involves a lot of DCA. It involves a lot of reperspecting the chart again, right? And of course, wrong analysis in some cases. And yeah, so we can. I'll do my extension like that. My Fibonacci retracement like that, and I'll do my extension. So my extension would be to here. So the level that GME will likely test to, this is a safe level. A gray zone is always the safe take profit. Then the blue zone is like the, if the market break past the gray zone, and then we want to look for consolidation, like or touch here, then consolidate, right? Then usually if this is 100%, then you will see the market reach another 100%. Okay, gold chart was a very good example for this lah. Okay, so yeah, this is how we will usually trade, and then usually the retracement down here, right, will hit structure levels down here, like the previous highs down here. Okay, yeah, so in this case here, GME in my perspective would likely hit 620 or down here lah. Okay, this price point, but the safe exit is down here. So if you buy here, like 50 shares, you kind of want to exit 25, you would have break even your initial investment. The other 25, let it run up here. Then you are at zero risk. Okay. So this is what I would do for stocks, or how I see the analysis lah. But yeah, anyway, that's more or less it for today or tonight. Okay, watch out already, sorry. Yeah, I actually launching another NFT. I was like having an NFT meeting. Then I overstepped my meeting. Yeah, so I'll be doing a lot of things lah. Yeah, so for any coins like Dogecoin, for instance, in my opinion, is still quite safe. I mean, I wouldn't say safe. The word safe is quite not so nice, but I would still hold on to my Doge if you are holding on. I personally am holding on to this as a loss. Because I did when I came to crypto, I did not know the correlation. So every market has a correlation. So if you look at the industry of healthcare, all healthcare are like very, very similar right now in terms of the technical analysis. If you look at cryptocurrency, a lot of them, especially like we talk about game tokens, they're all very similar. Okay. And then if you look at forex, then the correlation is the forex correlation. I do have a correlation chart somewhere lah. Yeah, but anyway, there's a correlation chart. Oh, this one. No, this is private. No, this is not the one. I I think this one. Yeah, there. You see, so there's a correlation. Every market has a correlation. Okay, at least in my understanding. So, certain charts when let's say I trade GBP USD and then Euro JPY. If I'm buying, then these two currencies will likely be on a buy. But if GBP USD is rising, USD CAD is likely to be down. Okay, so same thing for stocks. If the industry is doing well, more likely than not, all the same industry is doing well. Okay, but for crypto, I didn't know when I took my Doge entry and when I sent out the Doge entry back then down here, I didn't know about correlation with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin plunged, but I was already sending out signals to say that Bitcoin is going to plunge like crazy, and then I was explaining like I think it was this one, my Bitcoin journey. Yeah, so I explained like how I perceive Bitcoin to go up 100% here, 100% up, and then it went up. So I did this long ago, and then if you look at the Bitcoin chart now, they look very, very similar. Okay, so I think I have Bitcoin down here. Okay. Then you see this pattern I just now was saying at the start of the video. I say that from here this is a pivot point, right? So resistance, support, breakthrough, support this one, break through the resistance because it break down, right? Then here became the center point. So down here I was saying that if you want to buy here would have been a good buy. Anyway, it went up. Okay, but anyway, monthly time frame. Okay, so how weekly. This was on this pattern was on a weekly, weekly, you see. So how the market look like, right? Very similar lah, I feel. Okay. So this is drawn by me in February. Okay. And this is the market now. Let me just oops. So how did I see this? Again is a perspective lah, like I trade long enough to see this law. Okay, so the market is somewhere around here, and it really happens lah, right? So again, I did show that it could just like go down a little bit and then go up, which is what I'm currently the market is doing lah. Or it could drop lower to this structure level here. So this is the crazy part about the thing. But why I took a sell is because down here exhaustion level. See, then here exhaustion again. So there was a sell entry given. If you see the Telegram group, I did share down quite a while back. Yeah, somewhere here. Slightly higher a bit. Yeah. So I sent it to Go members. I told them to sell at 66K. This was in November 14, right? So if we look at November 14, it's down here, lah, down this point here. So I sent out a sell signal down here, okay, and then the take profit that I sent out is at 41K. Okay, so 58K. All these are the take profit levels, lah. So they slowly release their coins, lah. Okay, so we release slowly until 41K, which our market actually nearly hit lah down here. See 41K, it hit to 42K. Yeah. right? So anyway, I told them to exit lah. Anyway, to take profit. Yeah, so this was quite a while back. But the perspective again is, how did I do this? How did I actually found out a sell? It's because I did a Fibonacci retracement from the top here all the way down. So I told them that there's a mirror pattern, right? So if you see the pattern one, the M shape here and the M shape here, then this pullback here is this pullback here. See, there's this pattern here, right? And then there's this pattern here. Then there's a small climb here. So I was expecting a small climb here. So this was the sell entry, and then you Fibonacci 618 level. Okay, so we took one sell entry here. We also took another sell entry here, which is 66k lah. Yeah. Then after that, the take profit, the first take profit is the structure level, the center level that I was talking about. Then because there's an M shape here, right? So or in this case, I always tell you all, like, there's a M, then there's a W, and there's an M, right? So this happened lah, right? Then after that, market broke, and then we continue for some the longer take profit, which is um, this part here lah. Yeah, so on and so forth, right? So anyway, in my perspective, we could see the market go up, but like what I draw for my crypto journey, my Bitcoin journey, which I think them Jedi again, this part here. So the perspective again is perspective. So we could see the market drop here. Unlikely, in my opinion, right now, because again, what I say unlikely is adoption phase. Remember, people are jumping into cryptocurrency. I don't think they will scare the people away lah. At least not yet. Okay, so and the wheels will not be dumping anytime soon. So I put, you see, this is long ago. I put already 80k, way before people say I say already 80k, and I shared it with a lot of my friends. A lot of my friends say I'm crazy. So anyway, when I told them to sell here, they also say I'm crazy. April Fool. Okay, so the thing about this is that why I say this candlestick, I sent out in the group chat that very likely that today the candlestick will be green. This is the candlestick I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna like delete all these drawings. Okay. One is crypto timeline wise, we still got a few hours before the market actually reach this price point, before the market reach the next day candlestick. Okay, but my point again is that I did one chart like that as well. This was what I perceived the market to happen. This is monthly time frame, so I believe that 1 month, that means we waited, and this is at the start of the month, so this is on the 4th of July. I say 4th of July, end of the month, this is going to happen. Okay, and then end of the month, let me see, I need to search for a larger icon, view size, extra large icon. Okay, and then you see the month candlestick ended with okay, so I drew this, okay, so it was red first, right? Then after that it became green, and then the comparison, where is it? This one, I think no, not this one. And then it really became green. Here. Then it became like that. So you can see lah, right? So this is August 10th. In July, I mentioned that it will actually go up lah and create this candlestick. So we have the same theory. I have the same theory for this current candlestick. Okay, and it's again, how do I know this? Because I trade long enough. It's through experience, right? Yeah. So I think that's more or less it lah. Like that's how I would wrap things up. Like I think back then I didn't know the correlation, but now that I know the correlation, and I know that Bitcoin is still going to go up at least for a short period of time. Most of the cryptocurrency or the game coins itself has already retraced to 0.786. Okay, so watch the video from the start. I know it's very lengthy, like the thing is very long. Okay, but retracement, you see, it hit 0.786 retracement. My first buy entry is here because the center level, right, and then structure level here, but it did a deeper retracement for some of them. Some of them didn't do a deeper retracement. They are actually quite healthy, like Red Fox. You see, Red Fox Fibonacci retracement is just nice. And then this is the first touch point for the structure levels down here. Okay. And then this one, Hero, I've been talking about Hero to buy for a lot. Our first buy entry was here at 9 cents. And then if you're holding this, just hold it. This is just structure level. And I talk about the M shape here, right? The boom pattern. So we also have the boom pattern here. See the M and then the boom. Now it hasn't tested here before. So now it's tested. Now just tested, right? So and it's consolidating. right? So the entry was given, I think yesterday or the day before lah, when it touched this candlestick. So we're still looking for upside, right? So because there's so many correlation coins, or sorry, so many alternate coins saying that okay, I did my retest. So Bitcoin and then Bitcoin, like I show you guys the chart, and then my perspective of Bitcoin to hit 80K, this one is there. So I do believe it's gonna hit 80K lah. Personally, yeah. So that's what I would see cryptocurrency doing. Okay, but yeah, that's just one perspective, and then of course I shared my perspective on the medical stocks. I also shared my perspective on the cryptocurrency and the forex market itself. Yeah, so I think that's more or less it lah. Anyway, this one is my the trading account lah. So I share with you guys like when I do my trades, right? I do it like that. So I sold at that point. Then this is all within a day. So this is a real account now. So anyway, within a day, the timing, and then you look at the time here, 40, yeah, 777 lah. So all this is the date I entered. Then this is the profit for that day. But I stack lah. So I do a lot of sell position down here because the market is oversold. Here is just right above the 50 RSI. So if you guys actually remember, like I always time share that the market when it's pivoting around the like let's say for instance the RSI is right underneath the 50 range or 40 range there around this level here, and then the stochastics is like oversold, right? More often than not they will bounce off, so the market will start moving upwards. Then the market will start moving this way, then the stochastics will start moving up as well. Yeah, because this is oversold. Yeah, and then this is like right underneath the 50. So yeah, so there are many rationals to seeing this as a buy lah. Yeah, and cryptocurrency. Yeah, but anyway, I'll end the session lah. Shit, I'm so long winded. Okay, so yeah, so we will end the session here. Any questions, just nudge me. I do take some time to reply sometimes. Actually more busy now because I'm launching a financial school, which I did mention to you guys. This is under government subsidy. No, I cannot. I cannot say it yet. Okay, blockchain is under government subsidy, but this one may not have subsidy, but it's under a corporate school lah. So I'm like planning the business deck and things like that. So this will be launched next year. So because of that, I may not be doing courses on under Trader Pro Signals. Courses will be held in Scarlet Financials, but signals and things like that will still be under Trader Pro Signals. Yeah, and then mentorship. Yeah, all this kind of thing. I will slowly introduce you guys in and things like that lah. But in any case, it adds value. There will still be these free sessions here and there. But I'm a bit more busy now, so that's why I'm a bit like not so active on the on on the chat itself, and also health reasons lah. Like yeah. So anyway, I think that's more or less it. Just nudge me if anything. If you all need technical analysis, just feel free to tag me. If I don't reply, then you just private message me. Then I will do it during the my free time. But I'll let you guys know lah. I will not like say that next week then do for you that kind, because by then the market will change. But generally, whatever you guys are asking for will likely be what other people are asking for. Yeah. So most stock market right now was slightly curved to more bullish. Right. Bullish means upside lah. Like a lot of them are bearish right now. And I think it's because of the US dollar crashing. Okay. But the logic is inflation and things like that, and a lot of companies will take this opportunity to set up their companies in US because the tax is a lot cheaper. So China companies, or not just China lah, a lot of companies will, from different countries will start jumping into the US stock market or US listing, and that's where the price their stock price will go up, and you will see like I think I shared SOS. I talked about SOS. I think down here. Yeah, so down here SOS actually started. It's actually a Chinese company. Okay, then they started jumping into the US. Their website a bit ugly lah. Okay, then they started jumping into the US market. And if you see their stock price, which I also mentioned, SOS wasn't doing so good at first, but they are actually starting to climb up already. Okay, so and their news is like wow so chiao right after, and this one a bit more steep like the consolidation is a bit jialat one okay, but it's not bad, but there's a very ugly inverse head and shoulders, like a very big one. Okay, so the shoulder here very big. You see the M shape here, and then the consolidation here. So actually the M is like down this part here lah. Oh sorry, the what's it called? The falling wedge is down here. Okay, so it's squeezing. So down here would be a good DCA price. Everything is oversold, so we would likely see the market go up. But again, penny stock, so just put in a little bit and then expect the boom lah. So if you put in $100, the potential is $10, so you got 10 times the amount. But put in only what you can lose, because again, penny stock can just delist anytime, right? So SOS has a lot of backing, like investors and corporate partners and things like that. But the interesting part about them is that recently they just go into US grounds, right? And then coincidentally, the market is starting to go upwards, right? But again, based on what I explained about forex and the currency, whether they are doing well, not so well. So naturally, when the currency is not doing well, companies will take advantage of that because the tax is lower, so they will jump into that area or that country to list lah, or to set up their company there. So they actually constructed their company down there. See, that's what supercomputer lah, all that kind of thing one, right? So I do believe this company will also scale up. Okay. Anyway, I end then you all um just watch the replay, but it's a very long replay. Oh my god, 2 hours 40. Okay. Good night, guys.